So last week we opened the show by saying we're officially in the dead of the offseason and that nothing's happening. So we're going to start a series of ranking positions one by one. I said that last week. And now we're really in the dead of the offseason. Nothing has happened since we recorded that. Thank God we're doing rankings because there's nothing else to talk about.
All it is just fake rumors of Embiid, of people trying to, start stories about, is Embiid about to start, asking for a trade request, ask out of Philly. We're in the trenches. Dame Lillard needs to get traded tomorrow. Actually, no, not tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Wait a week until right before we record the next pod. Then he needs to get traded, and then we can keep moving on.
Facts. Exactly.
Yeah.
But like we said, it's a good thing we're doing these rankings because we have something to talk about today. And as you saw in the title, we're ranking every shooting guard in the NBA, which means we're doing the top 30, roughly every starter in the league. And man, we were spoiled last week doing the point guards. There's a lot of good point guards. Not a lot of good shooting guards.
Oh, man, we were in the trenches easily, bro. Like, no joke, after like 15, it was a steep decline, bro. And I was literally having the nastiest debates in my head ever. I shouldn't have to think more than 10 minutes about this, but I caught myself thinking more than 20 minutes about some of these, bro.
Facts. Yeah. Bro, it was 4 p.m. today. I was debating Lou Dort versus Jordan Clarkson. And I was just like, is this my life now? Is this what I do with my time?
It's crazy.
Jesus, man.
I legitimately had to start thinking, like, are we in the worst era of shooting guards we've ever been? Like, the list, just making this list made my head hurt. It was crazy. I'm very interested to see who y'all have on y'all.
All I know is that we're gonna have zero correlation to any of our lists.
Oh, for sure.
And we're gonna have to do a lot of explaining for the most
There's
mid
no
ever.
clear tiers. No clear tiers at all.
It's just a big ass conglomerate of shit. That's all.
Just people. They're just lists. Before we get into it, as always, if you're watching on YouTube, do us a favor, drop a like and subscribe. If you're on audio platforms, leave us a review, drop 5 stars. Help us run up those rankings. We're 29 on the Spotify charts for top sports podcast. Help us push to the teens, maybe top 10. We'll see what we can do. And yeah, man, let's get right into these lists. Let's start what we did before. We're going to start with 25 through 30 and work our way up to the top 5. I'll go ahead and send my top 5, or my bottom 5, I should say, first. It's actually 26 through 30, not 25.
Can't do math.
So, yeah, I'm not good at this.
And I can't spell.
I was a journalism major. I don't do math anymore. Haven't done it in years. Here's my bottom 5. At number 30, I have Benedict Mathurin. 29, Buddy Hield. 28, Gary Trent Jr. 27, Max Strus. And 26, Colin Sexton.
Max Strus made your list. Big ups to you, you dirty bitch. Man, I didn't even put him on my list. You're disgusting for that, dude. You put Max Strus on that list.
What
wow.
the fuck?
That's funny.
Yeah. You're dirty.
What call me?
That's funny.
You're so dirty, man.
That's
Max
crazy.
Strus. Wow.
What do you have against Max Strus?
Nothing. I'm just like, wow, man. Like, I never thought I would see him in any type of list whatsoever until now.
He's solid. He's a good shooter. He can hold his own on defense. He can do a little with the ball in his hands. I like him. He's a good player.
Yeah. This list is going to be disgusting. I love it. Yeah.
But listen, if you told me he was 47 on your list, I would understand because all
Yeah.
the same.
This is the type of pod we're into right now, bro. This is embarrassing.
Type of shit we've been on.
Yeah.
That's funny.
All right. What do you guys think about this top 5, bottom 5? How do you feel about Hield and Mathurin? Because Mathurin starting over Hield, but I don't really know if he's actually a better player yet. I feel like that's more of a development decision and like a fit.
Yeah.
Do you guys have him close by?
I don't have them close by because I feel like Buddy Hield just consistently gets disrespected because no one thinks of him as one of the best anything in the NBA, but he's historically one of the best shooters like ever, point blank period.
Yeah.
There's nothing to go ahead and debate that. The numbers are right there, and also just eye test. He's so trigger happy, and it goes in most of the time whenever he pulls it too. So it's like, I mean, I think Buddy Hield is a better player, but I think long term projection wise, like obviously, like, you know, Bennett will probably be better. So I can't be mad at you for this whatsoever. I think this is pretty accurate, and I would do the same thing. I have Buddy Hield ahead of Mathurin as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on these 5 guys?
Not really. I mean, the Sexton thing at 26, and like we're not gonna obviously like spend a bunch of time on this, but like I think that's interesting. Like, you know, Sexton in his situation in Utah is really interesting. I want to know like what kind of went through your head putting him above everybody else, above Hield, above Gary Trent.
If you look at it, so he didn't get a ton of playing time because he started the season coming back from injury and was like buried in the bench for a little while. For the whole year, he only averaged like 23 minutes a game. But he's like had by far his most efficient season of his career. I think if I remember what I saw earlier, he was a 40% three-point shooter, by far his highest field goal percentage. If you look at his per 36-minute stats, which I think is fair to do when someone plays 23 minutes a game, like it approximates pretty well. It would be a better season of his career. He didn't average 25 like he did a couple of years ago, but way more efficient. His passing, I think, was solid. And I'm cutting him some slack because of the fact that he's coming back from injury, but I think he's still a really good player. He's just taken a while to get back into it and was buried on a team that had a lot of other guards. But I think he's still good.
Well, they had a lot of other guards, but like still, I think that's like Utah's main weakness is the guard position. So when he was traded there, I mean, obviously, like you have to cut him some slack because he did get injured and he was coming back from a serious injury, stuff like that. But like, regardless of the fact, I thought he was gonna have a killer year. But I guess that's just my fault on putting so much expectation on him. I never said this out loud because who the hell is having conversations about the Utah Jazz and Colin Sexton? But I think that's a little high for me personally. But you know, like I'm not mad at it whatsoever. I wouldn't put him over Gary Trent.
That's gonna be the slogan of today's episode. It's like, you know what? I don't like it, but I'm not mad at it. Like we're gonna say that for every tier.
There's a few players on this list where they're surrounded by a lot of role players who I don't think have a very high ceiling. So I gave them the benefit of that who I think they're truly a better player, just aren't necessarily in a situation that best shows it. We're gonna have that conversation later with Jalen Green, who I ranked higher than this, obviously, where he's not very efficient at all, wasn't particularly good and effective. But I believe part of that is because he was the number one option on a shit show Rockets team, and I think putting him in a better scenario, he'll actually be better, put up better stats. I feel similarly with Sexton. I think once he gets the chance to go full starter minutes again, he's going to start to impress people once again.
All right. Yeah, I'm cool with it.
Now that I think about it, too, I think you're disgusting for putting Buddy Hield that low, that much ahead of like Max Strus. Now that I'm mad. I'm actually mad now. What is Buddy Hield?
Can't play defense to save his life. Buddy Hield is a bench player despite being a top tier shooter because he can't do anything else. He's not good.
He can consistently shoot. That's all you need him to do.
Get shot against, and it will go in more often against him than it will for him.
Who cares, a liability. Bro? Who cares?
For every team that's ever had him cares. He's never a starter.
He has nice teeth and he has a strap on him, bro. Max Strus, he's teeth. What? Yeah, he has giant teeth. He kind of talks funny too. Maybe he deserves to be there.
Relax on Buddy. Let him live.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, again, sure. Put him to 26. I don't go ahead.
Okay. So
you're 5.
Here's my list. I have Buddy Hield at 26. KPJ, similar to how you feel about, or semi-similar how you feel about Colin Sexton. I put KPJ there for similar-ish reasons.
KPJ's a point guard.
Yeah, exactly. You're right. He is. I was just thinking about guards who just haven't, panned out necessarily how you thought they would pan out, and also for specific reasons, whatever. Cool. Let me go back to explain my list. KPJ at 27, 28 I have Malik Monk, 29 Gary Trent, and 30 I have Herb Jones. So the first thing you spot out is KPJ. Is he on you guys' list at all? Or wait, he's a point guard?
He's a point guard. Yeah, he was a starting point guard.
Yeah,
bro, is he seriously? Do you guys? He's not a point guard for real though. We all know that he's mispositioned.
He is, but like he's played points since he's gotten to Houston.
Yeah, and I counted Herb Jones a small forward, so I didn't include him.
Yeah,
but I don't. That's fine. But KPJ, they're like explicitly making him a point guard. They shouldn't, but he's a point guard for real.
In my mind, I'm just like,
he probably won't play point. Listen, now that like Fred's there and Amen's there, like he's probably gonna be back at the 2. So like, I'll let I'll listen. We'll let you live because I did the same thing with Maxey because Maxey's been listed as a 2 last year, but I think that he's gonna end up playing point this year. So I'll let you live on that. But even if I thought he was a 2 guard, he still wouldn't be on my list. I think KPJ is. I've seen too many, and it's like it's not his fault. Just because that situation in Houston has been so disastrous and they really, really had no direction, and it's really just been like, okay, Jalen, your turn, and it's dribble, dribble, dribble. KPJ, your turn, dribble, dribble, dribble. Like. They haven't been put in situations to run an actual NBA offense, but he just hasn't been efficient I think like as a playmaker, I've seen a lot of mental mistakes from him. I just wouldn't have him as like a top 30 guard on my list. So he's not on my list.
Yeah. I forgot about Malik Monk. That's a good pick. Maybe I'd probably slide Malik Monk ahead of Benedict Mathurin. Probably ahead of Buddy Hield as well.
Definitely.
But I didn't think about him. I forgot. I slept, so I'm going to hold that.
All right. Here's my list. Here's my list. So at 26, I also have Buddy Hield. At 27, I have Gary Trent Jr. 28, Malik Monk. 29, we're putting Quentin Grimes in there. And then at 30, we got Benedict Mathurin.
Nice.
I had Quentin Grimes in there, and I saw his TikTok today where he had a Starbucks cup, and then he was like, "If your Starbucks is this color, I like it." And I was like, "Man,
take him
off the list. Take a hike."
That's tough. But yeah, that's my list.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys are higher on Buddy Hield than me.
Yeah.
You guys both have Buddy Hield a lot higher than me.
Yeah.
I'd pretty clearly rather have Gary Trent than Buddy Hield. That one was pretty easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think the fact that no team has ever wanted to start Buddy Hield despite the position need tells you something. Like, he's not an effective player at anything besides shooting. And like, it goes back to like Lakers fans always lusting after him and stuff. And I was like, I promise you look past the 3-point percentage, there's nothing appealing there.
Yeah, but still, like,
but
the
that
3-point
percentage
is still valuable. That's the thing that's driving it for me, though. It's like, when it comes to this one thing at the game that a lot of teams are on their knees for on a consistent basis, this is it. And he's the epitome of that. Just threes, nothing else. Don't have something to dribble, create for nobody, don't play no damn defense. He ain't gonna be vocal, bro. He's just there to shoot threes and then go back to the motherlands. That's it, bro.
That's hilarious. But other than that, I had Benedict Mathurin in the same spot as you. I'm okay with Quentin Grimes being up there. I slept on Malik Monk. I like your bottom five more than I like my bottom five. I'll say that.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
It's cool.
It's cool. Let me grab my next five.
Interesting.
Now, this I think is where we take a big jump to good players.
This is next year.
At 25, I have Jordan Clarkson. 24, Luguentz Dort. 23, Jordan Poole. 22, Emmanuel Quickley. And 21, KCP.
Okay.
Interesting. I like
good
that.
players. This is a good. Actually, I like this five. Like, this was the hardest stretch to me, and really the next three picks as well were kind of difficult because like KCP versus Quickley. How do you change? That's so wildly different players. I need to like Quickley does more with the ball in his hands. Obviously, has more of an offensive punch. Was a 6 Man of the Year contender, but KCP is so rock solid and so perfect for a winning team. He has a lot of value. He just like you see the guys above him have a little more creation ceiling, which I think is valuable, especially in younger guys who are the next three guys above him. But KCP is a valuable role player.
I would take KCP. I like the fact that he's at the top of this little section.
Wow.
I just think that like for everything that you just said, being able to contribute to winning is very, very important. And especially when you're in this tier of player, like you are 100% going to be a role player. And we've seen KCP do it on multiple occasions, multiple teams. He plays good defense, hits timely shots whenever people need him to. I'd like the fact that he's up there.
Yeah, he could have been higher, honestly. You'll see the names above him are very interchangeable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that too.
How do you feel about Jordan Poole?
That might be a little low for Poole.
A little low.
Yeah,
Would you rather Poole or Quickley?
I would rather have Poole. The ceiling is higher. It's clear as day.
Yeah, the ceiling is higher, but the floor is lower. I feel like this year he was definitely worse, but I could see the argument for him bouncing back and being better in Washington.
Yeah, exactly. I even though the ceiling is, the floor is definitely worse. I just take into factor their current or their situations next year, and of course mix that into what they actually did on the court this past year. And I think still, just because the ceiling is something that I don't imagine Emmanuel Quickley ever reaching, like that's why I simply just have to put Poole over Quickley. And also, Quickley didn't make my list. I just had other players who I'd rather have on my team compared to him. So maybe it's just me like just sleeping on Emmanuel Quickley. So I like it.
Quickley on your list?
No, he wasn't. But but the only reason why I was considering him more as like a backup one type thing, and there was some other players. It's this list and the small forwards list next week. I think these are the really weird ones because there's a lot of guys that are really just like wings and they're like really interchangeable. And so like they might say, oh, this guy's a small forward, but they play the 2 a lot. Or like Mo was saying, this guy is a 2, but he's being out of position and he's playing a 1. Like once we get to like 2-3, it's really kind of shaky.
This is why we need to go back to what we need to start doing is just listing positions by goddamn height, bro. Keep it simple.
Yeah, I can see that. If you count him a point guard, that's fine. But I think Quickley was very... Knicks fans love him and probably maybe overrate him a little bit. But I think the average NBA fan doesn't realize quite how effective Quickley was last year.
Yeah.
I think he was genuinely impressive and like easily a more productive player than Jordan Poole last year.
Yeah, for sure.
Poole's in the same realm because of potential. Like Clarkson was also better than Poole last year, easily. But I think Poole he'll be better next year with more touches and a chance to play in a style that is more conducive to his natural style of play.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I agree. So it's just you put Lou Dort there. Dude shot he shot like 38% from the field or something like that. He's insane. Yes, he's sub 40%, bro. That's why I was like, nah, he can't be. I was telling you before the podcast, I was telling Isaac like, yo, some of these players, I did like 3 seconds of thought, and I looked at their basketball reference, saw the field goal percentage. I'm like, you can't even make my list, bro. You nice at other things, you got nice locks, but and you massive, you play great defense, but I can't put you on my list, bro. You shoot 32% or 33% from 3, which is not terrible considering the type of archetype player that he is. But shooting sub 40%, it's just too bad. It's too bad.
Yeah, he didn't have a good shooting year, but I think he's such a good defender.
He's a linebacker. Yeah. Like that's what he is.
Yeah, exactly.
I think him and Clarkson are the same type of guy. One's really effective on defense, but worthless on offense, and then vice versa. So I put them next to each other. They're both one-way players.
Yeah, one-way players. Exactly. Exactly, bro. And there's value in that, but for me, it's not good enough to be on my list, bro. It's not what I value. So, at 26, I had Jordan Clarkson. At 25, you see Bennedict Mathurin. At 24, you see Josh Hart. At 23,
small forward.
He's a small forward.
Yeah, him and Bruce Brown are both small forwards.
What is RJ Barrett then?
RJ's a 2.
RJ's a 2?
RJ's a 3 as well. They're both 3s.
No, they be playing RJ.
Yo, see, man.
They're both on my small forward list.
What does 2K label them as? That's the end all be all.
I had both. RJ was a 2 for me. Hart and Brown were also 2s for me.
Bruce Brown's definitely a 3.
Yeah. What? Bro, I'm going by height in my mind. You can't psych me out with this, bro. God, man.
All right, it doesn't matter. We're going to go.
All right. 21, I have Bruce Brown.
Listen, once we get into the top, 15, everybody's going to be a 2 legit. We told y'all from the jump. This is a very, very small pool of shooting guards in the NBA. This is it. It's not a lot of good stuff to pick from. So
yeah,
if I had Bruce Brown and Josh Hart on my list, they'd be this high as well. I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
I can already see and feel the watch time just dwindling because of the players we're talking about right now. But it's okay. So at 21, Bruce Brown, 22, KCP, 23, Josh Hart, 24, Bennedict Mathurin, 25, Jordan Clarkson. Anything that you guys have against my list whatsoever? Josh Hart
is way too high. Benedict is way too high.
Yeah.
Your vision of November Benedict is this high. But after that, he stopped playing like Superman and he was very much a rookie.
Yeah.
And I don't think he was better at basketball than Jordan Clarkson last year.
Yeah, that's very, very true. I was just thinking about how godly he was earlier in the season, the first 12 games. I keep on saying this. He saw 45% from 3 legit, bro. It was insane. Yeah, he was remarkable, and he looked like a legit cornerstone piece next to Tyrese Halliburton. He just looked like that dude, point blank, period. And so that definitely carried the momentum for me. But outside of that, I don't really have any real issues with my list at all. I hate how low I put Bruce Brown, but the reality of it is with the guys I had ahead of him, he's not better than straight up.
Yeah. I would have had him high, but like I said, he's gonna be on my small forward list, and he'll definitely be top 30. So I respect it.
All right, let's get into my 5. I'm not gonna lie. I think this is the nastiest 5 player stretch of my list. So here we go.
Nastiest, like you're unsure of the rankings.
RJ Barrett.
What do you think nastiest? At 25, I have RJ Barrett. At 24, I have Lou Dort. 23, I have Jordan Clarkson. 22, I have Kevon Huerter. And 21, I have Josh Hart.
Wow, and you put Kevin Huerter there. Shout out to you. I ain't want to do that shit. I'm glad someone did it.
I like Kevon a lot.
I have Kevin Huerter higher.
Woo. That's good. Listen, Kevon is good, man.
He's nice.
He's really, really good. And the stuff that he was doing off ball for Sacramento, like the 2-man game that him and Domantas were working all season long, like that opened up a lot of stuff for them. And it really, it really helped power their offense. So I think that he like fit into his role a lot. He was really clutch last year as well. Like he was knocking down some big time shots. So I like Kevon at 22. Yeah, I think Josh Hart is like, I love Josh Hart. He's just the ultimate role player. He's such a great connector on whatever team he goes for.
Facts.
I think they're the one where I'm like, okay, like this is propaganda 100% is obviously the RJ Barrett stuff, but like
I actually think RJ Barrett's, if you're including him on this list, that's a little bit low. I don't think Lou Dort's better than RJ Barrett.
I think the stuff that RJ had, listen, if you had asked me not even pre-Cavs series, like game 3 of the Cavs series, RJ wouldn't have been on my list. What he showed me in the second half of that series, and even going into the Miami series, was kind of the steps forward. I think his inconsistency in his role is what drops him for me. Like Lou, you like he's not fantastic, but you know what you're gonna get out of Lou Dort. I think that stabilizing effect really, really helps out. So that's one of the main reasons why I put him over RJ.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, it's so hard because I counted Josh Hart and RJ Barrett on the small forward list. I honestly kind of just went off of Basketball Reference positions for the most part and like where most of their minutes were. And I think they were both technically small forwards because like Grimes is their starting shooting guard and a lot of times quickly played shooting guard as well. So it's hard for me to think about it because I didn't include him on the list at all. But if you were to include them, I like that. Josh Hart should be higher than RJ Barrett. I'm cool with that.
I was going off of Basketball Reference stuff, and I was also going off of 2K.
Facts, same.
Oh, no. Dude, I was looking at that. 2K is horrible. I tried that too. Their positions make no sense.
Dude, that's why I literally forget about players all the time because fucking 2K and their broke ass system don't know how to fucking look at any NBA actual stats or positions or look at where players played most of their minutes at like you did, Isaac. They don't do anything, bro. So I literally had to go back and do the groundwork by myself. You should be disgusted with yourself, 2K. I shouldn't be able to do that. I shouldn't have to do any of that work. But this is a nice list, honestly. My only thing is that I didn't want to put Kevin Huerter there because, like, when the lights were the absolute brightest in the playoffs, he was a nincompoop. In the 3-point contest, he was a nincompoop.
3-point contest?
Shit. Yes.
Oh, so Kevin's not your top 30?
No, he didn't make it. He didn't make it my top 30.
That's him on now.
Wait till you see how high I have him. I'm going to go to my next part of my list.
He's not better than any of the players guaranteed that I have above him.
Oh, you're tripping.
Okay, all right, let's see. Let's go list for list.
You have Kevin Porter Jr. above. You'd rather have Kevin Porter Jr. than Kevin Huerter? Are you out of your mind?
Listen, if
stand
the
on
vibes,
stand on it.
Malik Monk is his
my legs
backup, and you
are
put Malik
trembling
Monk on the
right
list.
now. Did you see what Malik Monk did in the playoffs? What did Kevin Huerter do in the playoffs?
Start over him for the whole year because his coaches know he's better?
In the playoffs, I said.
Great. If we're going off of a fucking 6-game sample size before they got eliminated.
Exactly.
Great.
7.
When the lights, I ain't gonna lie. This is just me being a little bit overly emotional because in the 3-point contest, I was hype. I was lit. I thought he was gonna win that
3-point contest,
but he did, bro.
You was gambling. That's what happened. You put all your money on Kevon Huerter to win that 3-point contest, and you lost.
Bro had a prize pick parlay. Unbelievable. Crazy. Let's go my next 5.
Please.
At 20, I have Jalen Green. 19, Devin Vassell. 18, Norm Powell. 17, J-Dub. And 16, Kevon Huerter.
Okay.
This is a hard 5 to rank. Jalen was inefficient as hell. Not a very impactful player at all. But he's going to be a lot better this year with an organized offense around him. He has crazy talent. He's just had to do too much of the ball in his hands with, like I said, no organization because Stephen Silas was a money launderer and not a serious person as a coach. But he can't be that high because he was a shot chucker who made very few of his shots. Wow. So, like, Norm Powell is, like, a fraction of the ceiling, but he's a objectively far better player at this moment. So I had to give him a little bit of a nod. What do you think about the rest of this?
Oh, man, Jalen Green, that low, like, I understand every single thing that you're saying. He didn't improve on really anything since his rookie year other than just, like, getting more burn and getting more shots up at all. The style of basketball that he was playing was gross.
But he's very gross. I'm giving him a lot of benefit for the doubt. Honestly, he should be like 30 if we're going off last year alone.
Wow, man.
That's
I know.
Just last year, he was not a positive player in any way last year.
That still seems low. I have him higher on my list. I think I have him much higher than you. But I mean, outside of that, I don't hate your list. You actually reminded me of a player. I forgot to put Norm Powell on my list. So Norm is good. Huh?
He's forgettable.
Facts.
Listen, so let me put Norm in there, and then we can go to my next five. But yeah, I don't think this is a bad. I was honestly kind of surprised though about Jalen Williams. I thought that you would have him a little bit higher than at least higher than Kevin Huerter.
Something that I will say. Well, yeah. Onto that, like I'm surprised that you don't have Jalen Williams ahead of Kevin Huerter. I think he's a better player in a lot of aspects already, even though it's his rookie year. Hold on.
No, this is disgusting.
Yo.
This is disgusting.
Yo. I got hacked.
Yo!
Hacked.
When is the date on this?
It's
Can
2020.
you scroll up, please?
2020.
February
2020.
2020.
I knew it. Yep.
This was before the world got shut down. This was like...
I got hacked. I got hacked. All right. Listen.
You're a fucking
if you
psycho.
Go back to that date and see what Kevin Huerter did. See what... Stop!
Milkman.
Can you... Nikhil, can you please pull up Kevin Huerter's box? Can you pull up his stat line on that day?
Yes.
Can you go to his game logs and see
and
exactly had
the stat line won't do it justice. You have to look at the highlights along with that, and then you'll understand.
Donovan, can you join me, Donovan, in a synchronized Milkman chant?
Yeah, let's do it.
Milkman.
No, it's so out of sync, bro. This sounds gross.
Milkman.
I need a paper bag in my head, bro. See?
But yeah, back to the topic of conversation. J-Dub will be a lot higher. He was a rookie. His outside shooting wasn't super consistent. His defense was good. He was like solid for a rookie, but he's not like a super impactful defender. Mm-hmm. And I think what Kevin Huerter brings to the offense, like you said, as a movement shooter without the ball in his hands, a good off the dribble shooter, catch and shoot, obviously. I think his offensive impact outweighs Jalen Williams, even though Jalen can do more creation with the ball in his hands right now. But I'm just going off last year. I think Huerter is a more impactful offensive player, and the defense is kind of it's pretty even. Mm-hmm. But J-Dub's going to fly up the list like pretty fucking fast. Mm-hmm. It's just like J-Dub had a really strong second half of the season.
Yeah.
But that's a small sample size to compare the totality of what Kevin Huerter did all year.
Yeah, exactly. I think that when it comes to J-Dub and just how nice of a third ball handler that he was off the rip, and I think he was a little bit better defender than you're giving him credit for, Isaac. I think he's
a good defender.
A little bit more, and maybe he's a little bit better than I think in my head, but no, I think I'm factoring that, the creation, and then also just how hot he was catching at the perfect time towards the end of the season as well. He was a big part of them making their strides and being in the play-in alongside Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. You know, they're really strapped offensively, and without him, I don't think they make that run. And so, hold on. Okay, so quick pause. What do you guys see?
we're laughing because so the box score, the stat line that Kevin Huerter had that made Mo literally nut everywhere was
listen.
Was 21 points, 10 assists, 5 rebounds. He shot 50% from the field from 3. He shot 53% from the field overall. No blocks, 2 steals, 3 fouls, 2 turnovers. I mean, that's
peak Kevin Huerter.
That's a pretty good game. 20
Peak
and 10. That's pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, if you're a Hawks fan, but the number one thing, can you be quiet, please? God, God, you're making me look so bad. The number one thing you would say as a Hawks fan is like, yo, I wish Kevin would be more aggressive. And then this game, he turned into Kevon. All right, and he was really
look how many games they lost.
They only won 4 games in that whole month of February.
Oh my God, that's embarrassing.
What is that? This 3, 5.
Could you imagine being a Hawks fan?
They went 4-11 during the month of February.
Damn, that's embarrassing.
No
matter you had to fucking get off the Kevin Huerter's 10 assists. You had nothing else going for you.
I'm gonna drop my next list, and we'll just keep this moving. Right. So at 20, I have Norman Powell. At 19, I have Bruce Brown. 18, I have Jordan Poole. 17, I have Devin Vassell, and 16, I have Austin Reeves.
Okay.
That is my next 5.
So do you have Jalen Green in the top 15?
Yeah.
Yes, I think he's in the upper half of the league in terms of shooting guards.
Did y'all watch Rockets games last year?
Not a lot. Why would we?
I did.
Oh, bro, he is not good right now.
I did.
That's crazy to me. Like him over Vassell. That fascinates me. Like, I think
over Vassell is crazy. But I did that too. I ain't gonna lie to you.
And Jordan Poole this high, bro.
Pool party. I think this list kind of might be nasty.
18. That's slightly below average. That's like.
Yeah, he just wasn't good last year, like by any measurable unit.
I just think right now, I think that the upside with Poole, and you're going to see the upside in a lot of like the upper half of the league, but like with Poole, even with Jalen Green and with Jalen Williams, both of them, like their upsides are factoring a lot here. But with Poole, he was kind of that line, and what I was trying to judge this stuff on was, okay, if this guy is going to be like your number one scorer, are you going to be a money laundering team, or are you going, if this player is your guy, are you going to be a money laundering team, or are you going to actually kind of see the vision? And so everybody else, like if you're below Jordan Poole and you are the number one option, right, pseudo type thing, you're on an unserious basketball team. I think everybody else above him, if they're the number one guy, like you can kind of get away with it. And I think that Vassell's still over Jordan Poole, right? Like I still have him. He's still better than him. I think Austin Reeves showed last year that he's like, that he can hoop for real. But yeah, I think tell me more. Tell me more about what y'all think about my list, because I'm very curious.
I think Bruce Brown was so much better than Jordan Poole last year in terms of just like overall impact. Last year, like they're both role players, and I think there's a reason one was a key part of a championship team and was in closing lineups, and one was unplayable. Like Jordan Poole, at this current point, cannot contribute to winning, or didn't last year. We saw him do it the year before, so maybe I shouldn't say cannot. But in their most recent sample size of 82 games plus a playoff run, objectively not good.
Guess what? That is 100% fair. They are right next to each other. Nikhil, can you flip Jordan Poole and Bruce Brown for me, please?
He folded like an omelet. Holy shit. He didn't even consider anything.
I'm 100% okay with that. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, this general tier I don't have an issue with. I have the biggest issue I have is alluding to what we're going to see in the future of Jalen Green being higher than Austin Reeves at this moment. Like, my biggest issue is to come. But other than that, I don't have a huge problem with any of this.
Okay.
Yeah. I can agree to that. But I'm gonna go ahead and send in my list because I feel like there's someone who I haven't seen on you guys' list, and I'm starting to think, did you guys have this dude higher or what?
Terry.
And it is Terry Rozier.
I have him higher. He's higher.
Woo! Okay.
He's coming.
We're finna get nasty on this podcast. So, all right. So at 16, I have Devin Vassell. 17, Jalen Williams. 18, Terry Rozier. 19, Norman Powell. And 20, oh man, I have Austin Reeves. That feels a little bit low now that I say that. But, yeah. But like I said here, I don't think any of these players. I don't think Kevin Huerter is better than any of these players that I just listed. Devin Vassell. This man is from Suwanee, Georgia. Literally 10 minutes away from my home back in Atlanta or back in Duluth. He is a fine prospect. I wanted him so bad back in the year 2020. I wanted him on the Hawks. He would have been a terrific fit alongside Trae Young, and I think that he has been easily one of the most underrated players because no one gives a damn about the San Antonio Spurs, or at least they didn't until Victor Wembanyama was drafted to that team. So he has developed in every way that you'd want him to, and he's one of the very few core pieces that you could be like, wow, they got some right there next to Victor. And so he is this high on the list for those reasons. Jalen Williams, I think that he was so impactful and so important to the stretch of the Oklahoma City Thunder on all aspects on the court. Relying that much on a rookie who wasn't drafted at that high or stupidly high is insane. And for him to come through, he's a little bit older of a rookie. I think he's staying in college for 2-3 years or whatever. So, I mean, like, regardless of the fact, it's still very impressive because none of those expectations were placed on him, and he just kind of blossomed out of nowhere, and he had a great level of consistency and showed uptick when rookies tend to do the complete opposite. Look at the guys drafted ahead of him, aka the first, and a lot of the first few picks, most rookies just in general, they hit that rookie wall, and it seemed like Jalen Williams didn't really hit that, especially towards the end of the season when they needed him the most. Terry Rozier, bro, his handle is crazy. He makes cool music. He's on a delinquent team, so I'm waiting for something crazy to come out with him.
Wait, do you listen to Terry Rozier's music? You said he has good music. Are you bumping that?
No, bro. I heard it back when he was I'm not gonna name the other player, but I heard a couple bars and I was like, all right, he kind of got some shit in his bag. I like that. Plus his handle is disgusting. And then I have Norman Powell. I don't want to get too much into that, but it doesn't feel right having Austin Reeves this low because he was just so damn good too. But I can't say confidently. I can say confidently he might be better than Norman Powell, but I don't want to say that about Terry. Jalen Williams, maybe I have Jalen Williams a little bit too high. See, I'm already having issues with my list, but let me ask you guys.
If the Hornets offered the Lakers 1-for-1 Terry for Austin Reeves, do you think they would take it?
Because of money and age, no. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay. Let's say just all things being equal, for their team to winning, do you think they would rather have Terry Rozier than Austin Reeves?
I think that they probably would. I think that they probably would because he's. I don't want to say hard no. Hard no is crazy. If he's that high on your list, you shouldn't say hard no. You should not say hard no if he's that high on your list.
Sir, have you seen Austin Reeves on my list yet? He's also pretty high.
I wonder how much higher. They better be in the same tier.
You already see it?
Yeah.
Sure. Unveil.
At number 15, I have Terry Rozier. 14, Tyler Hero. 13, Austin Reeves. 12, Anthony Simons. And 11, Josh Giddey.
I don't have Anthony Simons on my list because I put him in the point guard. Like on my last list. I have to stay true to it. Pain.
Okay.
How do y'all feel? The hardest one for me is Simons versus Reeves. I put Simons higher just because I think he's kind of being held back by having to be a shooting guard right now. But I think he's a better player. He just is stuck playing next to Dame when he really should be a point guard to be unleashed and let himself be this full off the dribble creator who can attack from 3 levels. So I give him benefit of the doubt because I think he can be a lot better. But I think all these names are pretty close.
Yeah,
I'm cool. I'm cool with it.
Yeah,
I'm cool.
I think Simons just is straight up my BD, but I just think Simons is straight up just more talented over Reeves. Yeah. So I think that's just fair.
How do you feel about Tyler Hero versus Reeves?
I would take Tyler Hero. I think
defense is why I picked Reeves,
and that's fair. I think Tyler Hero has a little bit more upside offensively that can kind of like offset that, and I think that his off-ball movement is a little bit like more intriguing to me than the stuff that the Reeves can do, and so I that's why I would pick Tyler. But I mean, if you have Reeves, the way he performed in the playoffs last year, I wouldn't be upset. And we've seen in back-to-back postseasons durability be an issue for Tyler Hero, and so I'm cool. I'm cool with that.
I think Tyler Hero's an interesting player. He's a very good shot maker. Like you said, his off ball shooting is really impressive. he can play with the ball in his hands as a secondary creator or play off of stars like we see next to Jimmy Butler and do that effectively. But he's an outright bad defender, negative impact, and he's not a particularly good passer. So from him, you're getting 20 points on pretty good efficiency. Not going to make anybody better with the ball in his hands. Not going to get stops for you, impact your defense in a positive way. And I feel like Austin Reaves does all that. He's an above average defender who isn't going to be your number one like wing stopper, but you put him on the opposing team shooting guard, he's going to do an effective job. He's not going to get lost on screens. He's not going to give up backdoor cuts. He's very disciplined. An actually good passer. Doesn't get to show it off a ton because he's playing with LeBron, D'Angelo Russell, all these other ball handlers. But if you see him, he makes really impressive cross-court skip passes. And obviously he's a good scorer who can draw a lot of fouls and have a high floor because he's good at playing alongside stars and can know how to manufacture enough points in ways that are helpful despite not being like the most dynamic creator with the ball in his hands. Mm-hmm. I just think he's more impactful in basically every asset of the game.
Yeah, I can agree to that. I think both of these players too are in a great situation and their teams are only asking them to do more so like Tyler Hero, like exactly what they're good at. And I feel like Austin Reaves has been thrown into the fire a little bit more, and he's shown all these other micro tools and skill sets that Tyler Hero just has never been able to show that is in his bag whatsoever. So I can agree to that. Although I think for some reason, maybe I may be tripping, but I feel like the ceiling just feels higher with Tyler. He's younger. And I'm also applying this into my list as well, kind of like Donovan. The ceiling is just a little bit higher simply because of age, and like we haven't seen him have an opportunity to get or more opportunity with the ball in his hand. And so I'm not mad at it though. I like it. Like it makes complete sense, and I'm not gonna die on a hill because as of right now, like today, if I have to win a game, I'm taking Austin Reaves on my team like 10 out of 10. But I'm projecting.
I think that's what we're judging.
So yeah,
I think that's the exact measurement we should be using: is who would you rather have on your team to impact winning. And I think the only reason anybody would say Tyler Hero is just biased to shot making because everybody likes that type of style of play.
Yeah, but I mean, like I've had.
You know, you need shots to go in. I think Tyler Hero he has the ability to knock down shots, and so it's like it's the same thing, just on a higher level with what we're talking about with Buddy Hield, where it's like, yeah, like all the other stuff may not be there, but listen, he can really shoot, and so like Tyler Hero can really he can get buckets. So
it doesn't matter if they're getting scored on every play though. They're ruining your defense. It doesn't matter if they're going to tank your defense though and get scored on every play. Like that side of the ball is equally as important.
I understand, but the ability for Hero, I just think that he has another level that he can go to offensively that can kind of offset the other stuff. Where Reaves is going to have to be good on both ends for him to match Hero like at Hero's best.
I don't think Hero is that much better offensively than Reaves. Reaves is he's like a 17 point per game scorer in the second half of the season after they traded Russ while being a better passer. I don't think it's that big of a difference. I don't think Tyler Hero is out here dropping 30 bombs every night.
I don't know. I want to give him
the chance. Give him the chance.
I want to give Tyler Hero the benefit of the doubt because the opportunity just isn't there. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt because I haven't seen what he looks like with the ball fully in his hands. Is the keys there? It's crazy that LeBron and like all those dudes fully trust Austin Reaves like that, and Tyler's still on the bench fighting for his life. And so
why do you think that's the case? Because he can't do it.
I think structurally
if he was anywhere outside of Miami, he would be starting right now.
And he wouldn't be better. Like there's a reason. It's like the Buddy Hield thing. There's a reason smart coaches don't want to start them because they're not as valuable. They're not impactful. They hurt your defense too much that we warrant getting high minutes.
He also has Kyle Lowry. They had Kyle Lowry, so they're like, listen, we can't have both. So it's like
they started Gabe Vincent over Kyle Lowry. They started the undrafted guy.
Yeah.
Listen, Tyler Hero needs a shot.
I just need to.
Pat Riley be hating.
Yeah,
that's why.
And instead of like, I see the logic, but I'm fully not adapting to that logic until like until the real is actually proven. Like trade him to Brooklyn, put him in whatever situation, and I want to see him with the ball in his hands. And if he doesn't.
If his player's playing for a really good, smart team and can't get on the court and be impactful, and you say, put him on a bad team that's not trying to win games at a high level and he'll be good, Yeah, duh. That's why Jordan Poole couldn't play for the Warriors, but he can play for the Wizards, because anybody can go out there when there's no pressure, no stakes, and put up numbers, but they're not impactful to winning. It's irrelevant.
Nah, well, I think you can be impactful to winning to a certain degree, but I can use like Mikal Bridges, for example, you know, like, of course he's impactful to winning and all that, but there was a certain ceiling to what he would be over there in Phoenix. This conversation is taking way too long, dude, and I don't like it. I'm talking about Tyler Hero like I'm his number one fan. I don't like this conversation.
Insane. Tyler Hero's not being held back by the Heat. He just
I don't think he's being held back at all. I don't think he's being held back, but I don't want to say this is who he is without like him fully being thrown into the fire. That's it. I don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable when I'm saying that.
All right. I want to get
That was a
out
long
ahead of
conversation
this.
for no reason. God, I hate myself
No,
for this.
it's not. He's a polarizing player. That's why we have these conversations. He's a hard player to rank because he's very divisive, like you see. Like, I think he's worth talking about.
All right. I'm going to get out ahead of this before we even continue.
Yeah, please.
I want to note that the next like 7 to 8 people that I rattle off can all be interchangeable. Don't get caught up by the number, okay? They're all in the exact same tier. Don't be like, oh my God, you have this guy here. Don't worry about that, okay? Don't worry about that. I think they're all here, like in the same thing, okay? No difference. It's just a matter of what your team needs. If you're shopping, you say, I'm making this. Let me get this ingredient. Let me get that ingredient. That's it.
I love how you know you're going to piss me off like immediately.
It's
like you're talking to me, not Mo. You know you're gonna piss me off.
I'm talking to Mo too. But here's where we are. Take that caveat, and this is my next spot.
Okay.
So at 15, I have KCP. 14, I have Jalen Williams. 13, I have Jalen Green. 12, I have Anthony Simons. 11, I have CJ McCollum. Again, don't get caught up on the number. We're just talking about tiers here, okay? We're just talking about groups of players that are like, yeah, like you guys are kind of around the same range, right? Like that's kind of where we're at. I truly don't think and I really do think that with the shooting guards, there's like 5 or 6 that are really, really good, and then you get to a tier where it's a whole lot of mid. It's a whole lot of like, yo, like you're not fantastic, like you're not great, but you're also not trash and you're like above average. That's exactly where we are right now. So for 15, I put KCP there. I think he's right there, like at the average line. I think the fact to me that he contributed for the Lakers and for the Nuggets coming off that win, like I think he's a little bit better than Bruce Brown. So that's why I have him at 15. Both of the Jalen's, I said earlier, the upside was going to come in very, very heavily, and I'm very high on both of them. And I think that for Jalen, like his scoring ability is it's there, and I think that just because they've had the whole circus that's been the Houston Rockets coaching staff, like that's been a negative. I don't want to hold that against him or even Jalen Williams being a rookie, because the second half of the season was fantastic. Like think about how good Paolo Banchero was in the first half of the year, and everybody by the second week of the season was like, oh yeah, Paolo has this locked up. And Jalen, because of his second half of the season, really like made that like low key a conversation, and he was in a position to where he actually got votes, and I think that like means a lot. And going into next year, that's there. Simons is cool and he's interesting.
He's cool and he's interesting. Nice.
Elite
analysis.
He is, because he's in an interesting position with Dame, and Isaac had said it earlier. Like he probably should be playing point and should be a little bit more on ball, but you have the third best point guard in the league next to you. So how are you there? The first half of the season, even when Portland was clicking, Simons was still playing well. And I think that there was points last season where he showed that he can be a contributor to winning basketball. And then he can also be the guy where, hey, if your team sucks, he can go out there and give you 35. Like he's right there in that like spectrum. And then CJ, point guard, shooting guard, he's just a solid vet. Like he can get you 22 every single night in his sleep. And I think that's valuable. That's valuable
I think he's low.
To be a good scorer. Yeah.
I think CJ's low. I didn't think he'd be outside anybody's top 10. That's interesting to me.
Well, I think the main reason why he's outside of top 10 is because of
just because it was kind of like he was also playing point last year, and so it's kind of like a little bit back and forth. So that's why I put him at 11. But again, from here to a couple picks higher, we can move him anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me think about this tier. Let me think about these tiers then. I think just going off last year, Simons is clearly in another tier than Jalen Green, I think.
Okay.
And like you said, it's interesting. I'm not mad at the KCP pick being higher. He's higher than I had him, but I'll never be upset. You know me, I'll never be upset if someone putting a high-level role player who contributes to winning up high. I'm cool with that. He's kind of like the second coming of Danny Green in that way, who Danny Green was always really high in the shooting guard list because he's like the perfect role player.
You're a guy.
My guy. Danny Green was a better defender than KCP, but same type of archetype. So I'm cool with that. I just, you know how I feel. Jalen Green should not be this high, but if you guys think his upside is worth ignoring how fucking awful he was last year, I can't be mad at it. I'm cool with everything else.
I feel like when it comes to, I don't know, we obviously, it's clear as day to all the viewers, we have different standards and different explanations as to why we put these players where we put them, and we just have all different. What's the word I'm looking for? My mind is blanking right now. Qualifications.
We value different things, and that's why we do this. That's why it's a fun thought experiment to see how different people view the game. Yeah,
exactly. And so, one random tangent I'm going to go on is like, I am happy that you put KCP that high because I feel like, I don't know, sometimes I feel like he doesn't get as much credit as he deserves. I remember back early when he was a Laker, people used to fucking hate him because he was deservedly so ass. They were calling that man KC Prison because he had an ankle monitor for some stuff he did back in the day or whatever.
That wasn't even real. That was fake news.
That never happened.
Really?
Yeah, it was a Photoshop.
No way! I thought he actually had an ankle monitor. He was like,
he actually had the legal problems, but he was not wearing an ankle monitor on the court. That was a Photoshop.
Wow, bro. I got sacked. That's crazy, dude. I literally thought that was real to this day. Thanks for validating.
I know that it's fake. I choose to believe it, and I choose to believe that it's real just because it's funny. So like I'm telling that story in 20 years. I'm like KCP played with the ankle monitor.
I'm kind of sad that I ruined it for you. I wish I would have let you go the rest of your life thinking it was real. I know. I'm sorry.
Did you tell your little brother that Santa wasn't real?
No, he knew.
Okay.
That's a very real household.
So I knew when I was like 9. I think he did too.
Oh man, no, you ruined it. You're lying. All right, but at 15, I have Jalen Green. At 14, got Tyler Hero. 13, I got Josh Giddey. 12, Tyrese Maxey. And at 11, just like you, I think, Donovan, I have CJ McCollum. And
there you go.
I'm interested. I'm so interested in your guys' top 10.
Yeah. I mean, like, for CJ McCollum, it didn't feel right leaving him out, but because of probably 9 times out of 10, our positions aren't 100% matchy or whatever, just natural, because that's how it is in the NBA these days. So I wanted to say he was top 10, but he's not. I don't think he's better than the guys I have above him. Tyrese Maxey, I think he potentially could be higher. I think there's a ceiling on him, but with what he's been given, he's been elite at his role, and he's met every expectation that all Sixers fans should have put on him. As for Josh Giddey, he could be maybe. Actually, I think he's just right on my list. He surpassed almost all expectations I put on him. I thought he was going to be trash. I know all y'all saw that super viral basketball analysis clip or screen of I think it was Hoop Intellects. He basically was not athletic, couldn't dribble, couldn't shoot, not a good defender, and he was just not good at basketball. I wouldn't say a Josh Giddey hater, but I didn't see the upside of the value, but he proved me wrong by just affecting every single aspect of the game, and being so pivotal to their offense in a unique way. And so had to give him kudos. Tyler Hero's over there on my list at 14. I'm not going to talk about him again. And Jalen Green, sadly, is at 15. So yeah, I wish I could put him higher, but I was just imagining some of the disgusting plays when I would watch the Houston Rockets for 5 minutes, and I'm like, yeah, I can't do that. So just tough scene for him.
Yeah, interesting. I'm cool with your list. I definitely am taking CJ over Maxey, so I'm glad you did that. Donovan did, because I know Donovan loves Maxey. Oh no, you put him on your point guard list, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll put him.
I feel like, I don't have an issue with any of your top 15 besides the Jalen Green thing we already talked about. I'm trying to think about who's in your guys' top 10s. I feel like there's a lot of people that you guys put on there that I probably put a small forward or point guard. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. Like, did you guys put DeJounte on this list or something?
No.
Okay. But I feel like there's situations like that where I didn't put them because I'm like, how is there 10 people better than CJ McCollum still? Like,
I know.
So we must have a lot of position differences here.
Definitely, we do. That's the only thing that makes sense. So
okay,
so go ahead.
Let's go to the top 10. At 10, I have Tyrese Maxey.
Okay.
9, I have Klay Thompson. 8, CJ McCollum. 7, Desmond Bane, and 6, Bradley Beal. Wow. I don't feel good about Beal and Bane. I almost want to pick Bane, but it feels like being dramatic and being too nerdy. Like, Bradley Beal's nice as fuck. Like, there's a reason teams are trying. The Suns try to trade for him, even though it's not a good fit because they know the talent is outrageous. I think he just like looked unimpressive the past couple of years because he just took less shots to try to be more of a playmaker because he clearly saw scoring 30 wasn't doing shit for him. So I still think Beal's really good, but I had a hard time ranking him.
Nice.
How do you feel about the rest of it?
I like it,
man.
I like it. I'm cool. I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I think this is perfectly fine.
I'm interested to see where y'all rank Klay. Where do y'all rank Klay? Because Klay is hard to rank right now.
I had him in the exact same spot as you, ironically enough.
Same area.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's
I don't.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't.
Man. Hold on. Wait, real quick before we do this, I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna send in the next. This is like the top, or not the top, but this is the end of like the tier, and then we're gonna get into like the stuff. So I'm only sending 3 names. So this is 10, 9, and 8. Again.
Okay.
God, bro.
Man's breaking the rules. 5 and 6. 6 and 7.
Klay at 10, Josh Giddey at 9, Hero at 8.
Whoa.
And then
Josh Giddey at 9. Hero at 8.
Again,
you're the real milkman.
Fluid.
You are the milkman.
Very fluid.
All that, bro. You've hated on Tyler Hero so much, and now you have him at 8.
Wow.
Tyler Hero. I think I like Tyler Hero in
Milkman.
the situation of like. Listen, I got to thinking.
Milkman.
I got to thinking.
Milkman. Hey Mo.
Milkman. You're the real milkman. What the hell? You've been exposed.
This is one person. This is not a pattern.
It's 2 people.
Like,
Josh Giddey.
Yeah, Josh Giddey's way too high.
He's Australian though, but he's he's a spicy.
No, this is a light bright tier. This is crazy.
Yeah, this is
no, it really is. It really is a light bright tier. But
oh man,
again, if you want to drop Hero down to 15, I'm cool. But like, it's okay. You're not hurting my feelings. And guess what? The moment you drop him down to 15, trash. He's trash. Right? It's okay. We can do that. I really think that these guys are all very, very interchangeable, and I could not. I broke the rules on this so much, but I just could not differentiate them enough to really like have their ranking be a legitimate like standing for where they were in the league. But yeah, so that's 10. Cool. That's 10, 9, and 8 for me. I'll take all the
say that. But all I know is the comments are going to see Tyler Hero 8, CJ McCollum 11, and let you the fuck up.
It's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
As you said.
Context. Context.
So I was able to differentiate this. I don't stand on any of this. So something immediately that stands out on my list is that DeMar DeRozan's here, and he was definitely listed as a small forward. But in my mind, I'm just like, bro, like when DeMar DeRozan retires, he's being remembered as a shooting guard. I don't care what way anybody puts it. He is a shooting guard, one of the greatest shooting guards in Toronto Raptors history. Anyway, so at number 10, I have DeMar DeRozan. 9, just like you, Isaac, I have Klay. At 8, I have Desmond Bane. At 7, I have Zach LaVine. And at 6, I think just like you, again, Isaac, I have Bradley Beal. So Beal is just straight up, like, as good as Zach LaVine and Desmond Bane has been over the last few years, Bradley Beal, people just like to treat him and act like he's a bum. I think that, like, obviously no one's sitting here and watching the Washington Wizards on a consistent basis because they have no real motion. Like, bro, they're just, why would you watch them, you know? And so
I like watching Kyle Kuzma, so I watched them a lot last year.
you're a Kyle Kuzma fan, which is gross, and I have serious concerns and I have serious questions about your character, but we will handle that after the pod.
You're the Lakers kid. What can I say?
So yeah, Bradley Beal, he is legit good, and a lot of people just act like he's just a bum or just doesn't exist, and he's very much a really complete two guard, one of the more complete two guards, I would say. So then there's Zach LaVine. I feel very comfortable putting him ahead of Desmond Bane for now. I think Desmond Bane is coming, but he's just not there just yet, and I think Zach LaVine was better last. Okay. I can't do shit on this pod. I literally can't do shit.
First it was retention, now it's being released. Jesus.
Anyways, there's Clay. He just straight up was not better than Desmond Bane, Zach LaVine, or Beal. And then there's DeMar DeRozan for like obvious reasons. He's DeMar DeRozan. Good player, but in circumstance am I taking him over all those guys above him. So anything that stands out to you guys?
Yeah, you purposely broke the rules. You know DeRozan's a 3, you put him at the 2. Is what it is.
Damn, I break the rules. I'm a rule breaker. Don't care.
Oh shit, we got a rebel podcast.
I'm a bad boy. I'm a rebel.
Don't put him in a box. But if you're putting DeRozan on this list, I think he's definitely better than Clay at this current moment. So if we're counting DeRozan, I'm putting him a few spots higher. Like I'm not sure Zach LaVine's better than DeRozan. I'm not really 100%. I think I'd rather have DeRozan.
I would also rather have DeRozan than Zach LaVine.
So if you're breaking the rules, I would have broke him, and I would have put him like 6 or 5. But other than that, the rest of it's cool.
I don't know. I'm just a big spacing
Send
guy,
your top 5, man.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. My top 5. Number 5, I have Zach LaVine. Number 4, I have Anthony Edwards. 3, Jaylen Brown. 2, Donovan Mitchell. 1, Devin Booker. I think this is almost like... So 5 can be interchangeable. Zach LaVine could like drop and you can put Beal up. I get that. But top 4, I think, are like set in stone.
Yes. The top 4 are set in stone. And I like this list. I'm cool with it. No major qualms.
Only thing is that I definitely think Ant-Man has surpassed Jaylen Brown. I don't think it's clear as day to anybody's eyes unless you like really look into things. He's a better ball handler, shooter, defense, like pretty up in the air. Jaylen Brown is bad, and Ant-Man, when he locks down, he's like good. So it's pretty up in the air. But Anthony Edwards gets to the rim better for obvious reasons. A better shooter, has a better touch around the rim, and I think he's just an overall better player when it comes to other aspects as well. So that's my only gripe, but it's not like you had them like, you know what I'm saying, insanely.
I would agree, I think. I want to put Ant higher. Like I'm taking Ant 10 times out of 10, but that's more projection for next year because I think in the playoff you saw him take that leap. And going forward to next year, we're going to see that for 82 games. But I gave Jaylen Brown the credit for being all NBA and like being a great player this year. He had a career season before the team fell apart in the playoffs. But I'm not mad at that. Next year I'll definitely like if you did this in October, I would definitely pick Ant-Man.
Yeah. Now
fitness looking like
for people looking at this tweet, this was in January 2022. Okay. This was before the Jaylen Brown no left allegations were there. Or were like super present. But it wasn't as potent as it is now to everyone. Like it's not a running meme it wasn't a running meme at the time. Damn. Yo, it was one of them days that day.
Just 2 days prior.
Look, it was one of them days. Look, you ever just have a random moment where you just forget how the fuck to shoot? Like you just lose all muscle memory.
At 8 a.m.?
Bro, yes.
Or at 9 a.m.?
Yes. You had no food in your stomach, no breakfast. You were just out there.
Yeah, buckets. I know. It was one of them. It was one of them times. I was in that zone. But back to the topic at hand. I love that you have Devin Booker at 1. I hated the conversation that was all ongoing back and forth. It was understandable back in the day, a couple years ago. But I've always felt like Devin Booker has been better at basketball every single day that he's been alive than Donovan Mitchell. Situations were like completely different. Donovan Mitchell was blessed to have a team that knew exactly what they were doing, and I think I'm a big proponent of this. I feel like I've been saying this like once every third podcast or whatever, but the outcome of your NBA players' careers are very situational, and Devin Booker was just in the slums of the slums, and so it took time for people to really realize how great he was, and now he's shining and thriving is undeniably the best shooting guard in the NBA, and Donovan Mitchell, nothing wrong with being 2. It's not bad at all, but he's just not better than he's just not better than Devin Booker. Jaylen Brown at 3, whatever. Ant-Man, cool. Zach LaVine, cool. Your list is dope. I like it. It's not bad.
Yes.
All right, send yours in.
All right, here is my final list.
Did you include Paul George? No, okay.
No.
Oh,
I included Harden because in my last one I didn't include Harden as a point.
Oh.
So I have to be consistent, you know.
Okay.
So I have Booker 1, D Mitch 2, Anthony Edwards. He was better in the playoffs as well as Jaylen Brown. Now, Anthony Edwards, he did, you know, play 5 games only against the Denver Nuggets. But in Bruce Brown's podcast, or he was a guest podcast, he said that Ant gave him fucking problems and he didn't know what the fuck to do against him. So, and also looking more
Bruce Brown said it, put him at 1.
Man, just looking more into the numbers, I think as people conform into the idea of Anthony Edwards and him being the franchise guy and officially like passing the torch completely and not even having to think of him and Cat being the potential number 1, like I think we'll all realize that Anthony Edwards is probably one of the 3 best shooting guards in the NBA. I just realized that now. Jaylen Brown at 4 and Harden, like I said, like I put him in my point guards list. I didn't put him in my point guards list, bro, so he has to be here. So yeah.
Okay, yeah. I don't have a problem with that. If Harden was on my list, I guess he'd probably be around here. I'd probably have him above. Him and Zach LaVine would be a conversation. So I think Zach LaVine had a really strong second half of the year last year. Kind of started to look like himself again. But I'm cool with everything about that. I have no issue with Anthony Edwards over Jaylen Brown. Honestly, I'm kind of a Jaylen Brown hater at this point. I was just giving him the respect that I felt like he deserved to do it. But like, I'd rather have Anthony Edwards easily, so I'm cool with that.
Yeah. I'm happy we agree on it. He was generally better. It's just like that 27 or 26 points per game plus, you know, the All-NBA nod just moves people blindly. And I think when you really dive into it and put context into the situation and look at the numbers behind that and also what actually they did due to the like shitty situation in my mind that Anthony Edwards was put in, I think he's a better player. And if you put him on the Boston Celtics, we're having a completely different, maybe not a completely different conversation right now, but we're having a different conversation about the Celtics.
Yeah. I don't think it's that simple though. It's not just like
it's not that simple.
Oh, he's better. Like he deserved to be all NBA because he had a legitimately great season. For everything Jaylen struggles with that gets exposed in the playoffs, he's a legitimately incredible second star to play next to other ball handlers. Like the way he can score off, he has no handle to save his life, but he can still score almost 30 a game because he's so good playing off ball next to other guys. Like that's an incredible tool to have in an offense that makes it so much easier to build a team because you can bring in another star and not have to hinder them in any way. Like Jason Tatum loses no touches despite having a second star that can score 30 any night. That's super valuable for a team. And he's also a good on-ball defender. Like, I think Jaylen deserves all the NBA nod. It's just like you said, the playoffs goes towards Ant-Man. So,
yeah,
a lot of people weigh the playoffs significantly more, which is cool. I tend to lean sample size rather than just blindly going to playoff performance because a lot of weird shit can happen in a 5-game sample size. But either way, I don't hate it. They're super close.
Yeah, that's fair. Look at you defending Jaylen Brown right after you said you're a hater. Beautiful.
Listen, I'm not going to act like he's Al-Farouq Aminu. Like, he's really good.
Al-Farouq Aminu. Oh, man. Donovan, expose yourself.
I'm going to jump in here. This is my top 7. This is honestly not a war crime. I have LaVine at 7. I have Beal at 6. I have Bane at 5. Ant-Man at 4. Jaylen Brown at 3. D. Mitch, then Book.
Bane is high.
Bane is above Beal. Wow. Yes. You're projecting.
I actually think like right now, I think Bradley Beal's like overrated. I think I think Bradley Beal had 2 years where he was like scoring 30, and for the last 2 years, he has not been able to be on the floor.
True.
He's been very injury prone. His shooting has declined very heavily from whenever he was competing for scoring titles. He is not that scorer. He hasn't been that scorer for the last 2 years. His defense is not great. He's a good secondary play. He's a better playmaker than Bane. So like if you want to give him the nod there, then okay. But when we're just talking about like output and production, I don't think that Desmond Bane or I don't think that Bradley Beal has like showed that he's been significantly better in the last 2 years than Desmond Bane. So I'll put him there. And then with LaVine also has the durability issues that Beal has had, and he's wildly inconsistent. And one night he can have 38 points and shoot 11 for 15 from the field. And then the very next night he's going to go 2 for 16. And you're just like, yo, like what version of LaVine am I going to get? And his defense is also not there. His playmaking is not as good as Beal. So like, that's why I have him at 7. But yeah, I think Desmond Bane 100% deserves to be above those two guys.
Nice. Side note, all that's fair. Look at Mo. Look how cozy he is with that fucking hood on his head. You can't see his neck. He looks like he's wearing a blanket.
No, he really does. He's ready to go to sleep. He's ready to go to sleep. He got the do-rag on.
It's a late night.
Cozy
bro, I got to work in the morning, bro. I got to get up and leave here at like 7 or 8, and I have to edit tonight. I'm in hell.
That's funny. But yeah, all that's fair. I think I'm very high on Bane. I always want to put him super high. Maybe not a little that high because I think he's never going to be the creator of the other guys, and his defense isn't good enough to like lift him up that high. But he's like Jalen, where he's really valuable off ball and doesn't take away from your second star at all. So I think he is incredibly valuable, and he is a slightly above average defender. So someone like LaVine is not, and Beal is not. So he does gain some benefit there in terms of this and like weighing how valuable these guys are. I just think that Beal and LaVine have shown more, and like Beal, I think the only reason he's been worse the past 2 years, besides the injury thing is fair, but I think in terms of production, he's just taking less shots, clearly by design. Like he's just as efficient. Everything else is exactly the same except field goal attempts. So I don't blame him too much for that. Like I said, I think it's probably a conscious choice, but I don't hate it. There's clearly some other players at this point.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it at all. I wouldn't have Bane that high over Beal and LaVine, but like for many of the reasons Isaac just said, and also considering like how you're using projection onto your list, it makes sense. But nonetheless, I still disagree. But I'm not gonna like throw pitchforks or use nunchucks against you, bro. Like this is fine.
Nunchucks. I would love to use nunchucks against you.
Bro, I want to use some nunchucks. Shit, I need dude. Once I make it in life, I'm buying some nunchucks, and you'll see them hanging up on the wall behind me.
Yeah, man. I think that's our list. I think we're all pretty in alignment with the top tier of the list. The most interesting part was the middle. How do y'all feel about these?
The middle was
I feel
hell.
like a lot more guys need to learn how to get buckets and be two guards because the second half of this list was ridiculous.
Yeah. I don't love my list. This is like, how could you? There's so much inconsistency, but I think that's the top half of my list is a lot stronger than the back half. The back half was kind of thrown together.
Yeah.
I don't like the middle.
Y'all convinced me in a lot of stuff. Yeah, you don't like your middle?
No, my middle just blob of a tier.
Yeah. All right, man.
It's okay.
The bell's ringing. I hear it in the background. I think it's TikTok time.
Look at the TikTok you're scratching the walls right now.
We're going to do a few TikToks right now with us. We're going to do a few TikToks right now. And then we have a special guest coming on for the rest of TikTok time that I'll let y'all see when we get there. But first, we have a few more to do with just us three. And for the first time in TD3 history, we're not going to start with the draft because we did a draft with a special guest. So don't yell for a loop, but stick around. Y'all are going to see the special guest, some funny videos. So first thing we're going to do centers old versus new. We did this with point guards last week. People hated it because we said Trae Young over Pete Maravich. I'm halfway joking, but people have no ability to understand when we're joking or being serious. But today we're going to do centers, old versus new. I'm going to list two guys. Pretty self-explanatory.
Listen, I wasn't joking about that. If they thought we were bad last week, we're going to be worse this week.
I almost like, at this point, the old people get so mad at us when we pick young players. I do it as a bit almost. Like I just exaggerate it every time because I know it's funny. People can get mad. So, which NBA center is better, old or new? Dikembe Mutombo or Rudy Gobert?
Rudy Gobert will watch Dikembe Mutombo. Nah, I'm playing.
Cap.
Exactly. I'm never.
You don't never believe that?
I don't. I'm never picking Rudy. Give me Dikembe Mutombo.
Yeah. Rudy ain't never getting no commercials, bro. No fire commercials. Let's leave it at that.
Now, one player has an iconic celebration. The other one doesn't. He has the clout. I'm going with Dikembe.
Yeah, Rudy Gobert's most iconic moment is bringing COVID to the NBA.
Yeah.
That's his lasting impact.
L.
I do think Rudy Gobert has like some mobility and some roll man abilities that Dikembe doesn't have, but for his era, Dikembe is one of the most. But for his era, Dikembe is one of the greatest rim protectors ever in a time where that was super important. It's got to be him.
It's a respect factor, man, for me. I've never seen any legend slander Dikembe Mutombo ever in my entire life. But Rudy Gobert, people be on his ass like no other.
True. Joel Embiid versus Patrick Ewing.
Ooh,
that's a tough one.
This is hard as hell.
This is tough.
Tough.
Because they both are kind of iffy in the playoffs.
Yeah. I guess I go Joel Embiid, but man, has he been bad in the playoffs?
He has.
Bro, in game 7s, he averages like 5 turnovers a game. It's ridiculous.
Like, Ewing's a better defender, I think. Ewing's a better shot blocker. But Embiid is clearly Embiid's a better offensive player, I think.
Yes. However, are we counting his... But like Embiid has a Mickey Mouse MVP, so I don't know if we can like... I don't know how we're counting this. This is tough.
For the MVP, let's just go ahead and give it to Embiid, man. Like,
but it's fake though. It's based off.
Do you want Kendrick Perkins under these comments? I don't.
Tell Kendrick to call me. It's Patrick Ewing. I'm gonna go with Patrick Ewing.
I'm gonna go Joel Embiid. I think his ceiling as an offensive creator is a little bit higher, but it's so close that I really don't care. Like,
Joel.
Cool. David Robinson versus Nikola Jokic.
Oh shit! Give me Jokic. I hate this so much. I hate this. Respect to David Robinson, but I hate that I had to say this so fast. Jokic.
Yes.
Oh, listen, I'm never gonna be the one to not praise Jokic. I'll take it, but I think for now, because of the longevity, like at his peak, Jokic is clearly better. But I think in terms of like talking their careers, Robinson's close. But it's Jokic. It's one of the best offensive players of all time.
Listen, he's definitely not getting blown out the water, but like Nikola Jokic just had one of the best playoff runs we've ever seen. And he was the lead guy. And David Robinson, listen, no disrespect, but he didn't win until Tim Duncan got there. So listen, we getting spicy. Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
Obviously David Robinson washes him as a defensive player, but it's pretty soon we're gonna start talking about Jokic as one of the best offensive players to ever live. He's gonna transcend these center conversations pretty soon, so I think it's pretty easily him.
No disrespect to David Robinson, bro, but Jokic might just be on another level when it's all said and done.
This white man is crazy. Next one, Dwight Howard versus Anthony Davis.
Man,
I'll start this off. Listen, I'm gonna be the bad guy. Dwight Howard has become so underrated. People have said Dwight Howard is so underrated to the point where he might be a little bit overrated. People are talking like he's Wilt Chamberlain because they're like, oh, he gets no respect. People forget how good he was in his prime. People also forget that people made fun of him for not having a post move to memory and having zero bag, and his only offensive utility is catching lobs. It's Anthony Davis. I'm sorry.
Maybe Loki is kind of the same.
Damn, no, you can't say that with a straight face. Don't lie like that.
His size is one of the best ball handling bigs you've ever seen. Back when he could actually shoot the ball, like 2020 AD was a top tier offensive player.
That was point in history. He's never gotten back to that point.
Great, 2018 AD when he was averaging 30, like he did it for 4 years straight. He was on that level. There's no point in Dwight Howard's career was he an elite offensive player.
That is true.
0 point.
That is very true. I mean,
and his defense isn't so much better than AD's that it makes up for that. It is better, but not that much better.
Three times.
And in totality, too.
DPOY.
A lot of people aren't going to remember Dwight Howard for the amazing things that he did with the Orlando Magic's career, and I think that needs to be tacked on just a little bit. So I'm going to add Anthony Davis because of the consistency of eliteness that he's displayed when he's been healthy. What is this shit?
Listen, just because Dwight Howard is like not liked and he's out here recruiting people to Taiwan doesn't mean that we have to do this like revisionist history. Give me Dwight Howard. I'm taking Dwight Howard.
We did the opposite. We've done so much revisionist history that people are thinking that Dwight Howard was an elite two-way player. Like, we can remember how great he was and also remember his flaws.
Facts.
Can we not talk about Anthony Davis's flaws?
We can talk at length, but I mean,
Let's
all
do
the AD flaws we have now
Let's
are about
do it.
current AD, not prime AD. We know his injuries have sapped part of him. If we're talking about prime versus prime, not a lot of flaws in 2017 to 2020
What's
AD.
the prime then? 2 years of prime?
2016
Oh my God,
through
bro.
20?
This
More
is
like
a
4-year peak. Like 2016 through 2020 AD didn't have a ton of flaws. Like there was obviously he's not a great passer. He's a big man. His shot was iffy, but like he produced
I
on
ain't
both
gonna
sides of
lie.
the ball.
If you put AD 2020 AD in that 2009 Orlando Magic team, was that when they went to the finals? Correct.
Mm-hmm.
They winning that thing, dude. They are winning that thing with that
No,
squad.
they're not. That's
No,
just,
they're not
that's
winning the finals
just
either
false.
way.
That's just false.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Come on now.
That team is so built up perfectly around Dwight Howard's strengths that it would just be a different team.
I don't know,
Man,
would it be?
This man beat prime LeBron in the playoff series.
That is true. That is true. Man, this is tough. Actually, he did beat
taking
Prime
Dwight.
LeBron, but Prime LeBron's team was ass. So
Yeah,
How
it
much
was.
do
Like
I use
I
that?
didn't even.
Yeah.
Really, hey, Dwight Howard's team was so much better.
yeah, exactly. So but they ate that MVP kind of moves me. God damn it. I don't know.
Next one, Domantas Sabonis versus Joakim Noah.
Give me Joakim Noah, man.
I'll take Joakim.
I think Sabonis might be better for. Sabonis is probably better, but that defense, the passing, and the disgusting shot, plus the energy, and overall just being one of the greatest nuisance for his time period, it moves me. I love the aura too.
Yeah.
Crackhead
100%.
aura.
100%.
For sure. Sabonis is obviously a better offensive player.
Listen, Sabonis be at the top of the key. Nobody guarding him. Scared to shoot. Joakim Noah would have let that helicopter shot fly. Just straight. He would
And if
let
he
that
hit
thing
it,
go.
bro, he's screaming. Everybody can hear that, bro.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if you're building a contender, Joakim Noah's elite defense is far more valuable than Domantas Sabonis' really good offense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, how do you
exactly.
build around that and win a championship? I don't see it ever happening. for
Joakim
Sabonis.
Noah was so ahead of his time, man. He would
Out here
eat
putting
in
up
today's
triple
NBA.
doubles.
Yeah, in that time, bro?
In 2009? Come on now.
Wasn't he in MVP discussions too at a certain point of his career?
Sorta. I mean,
It was
Yeah.
gross,
he was
man.
in MVP discussions like Paul George was, where it was like, here's third place, you're real good.
Hey, third place is bro for Joakim Noah's skill set. At that
That's
point
a
in the NBA
finals.
was
That's
insane.
pretty good.
Roy Hibbert
Yeah.
was an MVP. Roy Hibbert was an All Star at that point in at that era in the NBA. So maybe it's not that impressive, but God, man, shout out to Joakim.
Next one, Ben Wallace versus Karl Anthony Towns.
This
Come
is
on
so weird.
This is so disrespectful. This is so
I'm-
disrespectful.
This is so
I'm
not
not
weird.
joking. It's
entertaining
Ben
this
Wallace. Give me Ben Wallace easily.
Oh my God, bro.
I don't even like joking about stuff like that. Don't play with me like that. I don't like it.
Shout out to the Big Purr, man. One of the greatest.
No shout out
What?
to the Big Purr.
Shout out to Ben Wallace.
Why?
Exactly. Because he's like that. What do you mean?
That's why. God damn, I'm never rooting for you, cat.
All right, man. That's all we got for today. Next up, you guys are going to be taken to a second part of TikTok time where we're joined by one half of the broadcast boys, Lucas Brody, Soho Brody. We're going to have him on, do the rest of TikToks with us. It was a really funny conversation that you guys are going to love. Yeah. Transition now. All right, y'all. We're here for the second half of the podcast with one half of the broadcast boys. Brody, how you doing?
I am great. Thank y'all fellas for having me. Can't wait to get into some suspect games.
Yeah, all I told Lucas is to be ready to talk about male looks when we're talking about these TikToks today.
Oh, yeah, we're
I've
going
been
It's
waiting
gonna
for
be
this
great.
time. This is the time I've been waiting for. Lucas, we are ready for you.
Knowing Isaac,
Yeah,
you
so-
definitely can't see me in this battle, in this field. There's no way.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. 'Cause
Your
we're gonna have the
taste
same
is
team.
questionable. You sent back a hamburger because a pickle touched it.
Oh, my God. This has nothing to do about the hottest NBA players, but I digress. Yeah,
I
man.
digress.
As always, when we do these TikTok sections of the pod, we're going to start with the draft. This time, we're going to do a draft of the hottest NBA players. People have been asking us to do it for a long time. Never felt like it was our bag. But now we got a special guest on who it is definitely your bag. So we accommodate to the talent at hand.
This is my skill set.
Yep. And
What a
since we got
great
4
host.
people, it's a bit too much for one TikTok. So we're going to do 2v2. Me and
Okay.
Lucas are on one team. Donovan and Mo on the other team.
Damn,
got
I wish
this.
we could
We got
whisper.
Donovan, we creating all team take your bitch. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
We're definitely just gonna have. Hold on. This is definitely just gonna be a battle of. We're gonna pick based on who we look like. Watch. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
You can say it.
Just because I know who I would take first pick, but I don't know if we have first pick.
We'll have. Okay, we'll
I
have,
feel like we shouldn't have first pick because I doubt this would be the player they take.
No.
We got first pick.
Yeah, y'all get first pick. I'm very.
I don't let you
curious
go
right
first.
now.
Well, obviously, on the teams we take turns picking. You can go first, Lucas.
Oh wait, we're not consulting.
We get a little bit, but we're gonna take turns. Let's draft NBA lineups based on the hottest players in the league.
This is gonna be crazy. I'm
first
already
pick?
nervous.
Oh my god.
I just don't know. I feel like this player could slip to number 3 based on the team that we're currently facing. But I need someone that's inarguable, indefensible, has done runway looks, high fashion, has aged so gracefully, maybe the best glow up in NBA history potentially. He went from a fat boy to a supermodel and is married to a supermodel. Sorry for the longest spiel. But Kevin Love. Kevin Love. Bona fide
That's
number
a good
1
pick.
pick
That's
to
fine.
me.
That's fine.
Classical
It's a
handsome.
quality
Any
pick.
era.
Listen,
Yeah, if we're picking a white dude first, that's gonna be the pick. I respect it.
listen.
Quality pick.
He said based on who we're facing. That was charged, and I want you to know that. I want you to know that. Mo, where are we going? Where are we going with this?
Jeez, we could go a lot of ways. But I think we can't go wrong with selecting Jason Tatum first. Easily. It's the
We're
right
here.
pick.
Ooh.
That's exactly where I was going. We got to get the light
Okay.
skin early.
Yep, exactly. We know what we want.
That's crazy to me. I'm gonna pick the person who should have gone 1-1. Give us Kelly Oubre. It's an easy choice.
washed.
He's a little past his prime.
Washed.
I'm honestly,
What?
That boy got
I wish
bags
we
under
could
his
have
eyes now.
consulted. Why wouldn't you consult
That's
your GM
tough.
on this pick?
It's
Yeah.
Kelly Oubre. What are we talking about?
He's too
Bro.
pretty. I've what's it called? I've pulled many women, and he's really not like that. I feel like he's more of a guy's guy.
A guy's guy.
Really?
Like guys find him hotter than women actually do. He's too pretty. I do really respect the Tatum pick though. Trade me to this team.
Isaac does not know ball, man.
But the fans will like Kelly Oubre.
Exactly. I'm playing for the win.
And it's a good balance.
Exactly.
Okay.
We gotta have
Washed.
versatility on our team.
I'm sold.
Donovan, go ahead. Put him in the dirt. Let's go ahead and do it.
I'm actually blanking right now. I'm gonna go a little bit underrated. We're gonna go Bam Adebayo.
No!
We're gonna go Bam Adebayo.
Dude!
He's underrated.
Nah.
He's underrated.
Oh my
Underrated.
god!
Oh my God. I
He's
mean, he has a few
underrated.
teammates better than him.
That's like the 80th hottest
Bam?
player in the league. What are we doing here?
Listen. He low key. He's like that. He's low key kind of.
What
like
is
that.
like that about? He has waves, but I mean,
He's,
like
he's
other
low
than
key
that,
kind of like that.
That man is 10th team.
Oh my
Nah,
god,
nah,
bro!
nah. He's not 10. He's not. 10.
No,
We're hating.
bro.
We're hating.
It's
To
kind of
be
crazy.
honest. To be honest.
That's a crazy one.
We gotta
I've never
consult
heard him
next
in
time.
any discussions, anytime.
To
We
be
gotta
honest.
consult next time.
I did blank. Right. I did. Blank. I
I
will
should
say
have
that.
consulted. When soon
I
as you said
will
that, I
say
should have
that.
took over.
I
Damn,
will say that my draft board isn't up right now. I
look,
blanked. I got.
bro,
put
I'm
under
15 deep. You should have asked me, man. I'm 15 deep.
Okay.
It's crazy because when the lights are on, you really do blank. This is my specialty, and I'm having a tough time with so much talent out there.
It's awful.
Honestly, I feel like soccer
I
players
have a
are
good
way
pick in
hotter
the
than
chamber.
basketball players. All right, you want to take this one? I'll go the next one.
Yeah.
All right, let's do
Next
it.
pick, we got Jalen Green. Get some young.
Ah!
Why are you so predatory with your picks?
That's crazy.
I guess Kelly Oubre is older, but Jalen Green's too young.
Oh
I mean,
my
he is-
god.
Jalen Green's like 9 months younger than me.
Oh, true. Okay, fair enough. Different demographics. He has a lot of potential. I will say that. I will say
Oh my
that.
god, bro.
High upside.
All right,
He's the man.
He's gonna grow into his skill set.
I'm gonna get cooked for this.
He's very pretty too.
I still can't believe I said
We're
that.
gonna have a good balance at the end of the day.
Bro, we
Yeah.
cooked.
But Bam
man.
Adebayo is
All
wild.
It's
right. All
okay.
right.
Bam Biles nuts.
Yeah, Bam is, bro. I'm not even gonna say that. All right. Anyways, let me save the
You big
day.
nuts.
Let me
I
save
had
the
to
day
hit
and
the
select.
spectrum.
He's not even on the spectrum, bro. He's undrafted. He should be undrafted in this. But whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me
should feel bad.
SGA.
That's a good
10
pick. I
out
didn't
of
think
10
about that.
everywhere, bro. He's Canadian. The swag is right. The IG captions are right. The game on the court, right. And he looks good doing it too.
How are the IG captions factoring into attractiveness?
It's a part of your attractiveness.
It's aura.
It's an
bro.
aura. No, I agree. I like that pick. Oh, his aura is elite. That's another good pick.
All team aura right there. That's what we aim at.
I haven't been factoring fashion into this, and that's a big deal. I've been sleeping.
I mean, I've only taken Kevin Love. I'm trying to go. All right, so we're back on the board.
Yep, your turn.
Man, the hottest NBA players of all time. I might go new school just because I saw this man cook in the Eastern Conference Finals. And it could potentially be a package deal. I'll take Caleb Martin.
Okay.
Oh,
I saw girls TikTok.
that's a sleeper.
I saw girls TikTok. She was doing a bracket of the hottest players in the playoffs, and he won consistently every single time.
really? Okay.
It's not a banger.
bad.
It's a sleeper.
This girl is a type.
I mean, Tatum was up there too.
Mo, let's consult.
True.
All right.
I want to talk to my partner on this one before I go ahead
I love it.
submit
I
the
love
draft
it.
pick.
I love it. This is my bag right here. So let's stay away from the bigs. I got that part. What wing?
Long sentence.
Look, that was not intended.
Crazy.
What wing or guard do you want? We
I don't.
got
Listen, if we're
we got someone in Washington, someone in Charlotte.
Oh, please take Washington.
no, we're not.
Oh,
we're not
I
going
wish you
Washington.
would.
We're not going Washington.
There's a few in Washington actually.
Oh, we got a super underrated player in Utah. He don't get no PT, no burn.
Ooh.
I know he knows who I'm talking about.
Wait, no, I
Donovan-
don't, because this player gets burned.
Oh, well, you're not
know.
on the right track then right now.
Do you?
I'm gonna go ahead and save the day for you.
Or hold on. Actually, let's go to Phoenix. We can go to Phoenix real quick.
Okay.
Please.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go there.
Okay.
Give us Devin Booker.
Okay. I like that. That's solid. That's
Go
solid.
Devin Booker.
That's solid. I like
That's a
that.
great
two
pair with
options.
SGA.
I got two options for this last pick.
Okay, let me hear.
One of them, the one I'm not going to pick, was D'Angelo Russell. But I'm going to go with somebody, Lucas, on your side of the aisle. We're going to pick Josh
who could it
Giddey
be?
with the last pick.
He's white.
Oh, he looks like my sister.
Hey, I didn't say it.
Nah,
We're
like she
back
had
in
a-
it, and we're back in it, Mo.
Oh.
Yeah, he had her. He has her haircut when she was like 8 years old.
Oh,
Now, you wanna
Fuck,
talk
I feel
about-
like
you
we
wanna talk
just
about
tanked right
versatility.
there. Can we do ad drops?
What? It's Josh Giddey.
Oh, we still have
We got
another
John
pick
B on
left
our
too?
team. Bro, we
Okay.
got John B.
Okay.
I'm dead. All right, let's wrap this up. At the 4, we going big right now. Give me Nick Claxton. The aura is ridiculous, bro. Especially when he had those Cardi dreads. Oh my God, this is over. I am never
good
going
pick.
to a
man
Nets
is
game with my
hyped.
girl if this man is playing, bro.
Nah.
Ever. Banned.
I got an
50
easy
feet.
defense of this pick. Easy defense. Y'all know about the ick?
I think we have
No.
5. But go ahead, tell us who the defense is.
Like an ick is when a girl is turned off. You ever seen him shoot
Yeah.
free throws? You ever seen how far wide apart his feet are? That immediately docks him down like 6 points.
Look.
I've never seen some shit like that.
Look.
All right, so our team, we got who we got? We got Kevin Love, Kelly Oubre, Jalen Green, Josh
Caleb Martin.
Giddey, and who's our 5th? And Caleb Martin. It's a strong 5.
All right.
Versatility.
Nice.
We have SGA, Devin Booker, Jason Tatum, Bam Adebayo, Nick Claxton.
The two big men are
been cooking
fucking it
if you
up
had
for
Bam
you.
Adebayo.
Aside from Bam, hey, we were on one. We were on one. All team take your bitch
Y'all are
right here.
sleeping.
Yeah.
I feel like I choked that pick. I feel like I choked. Letting Isaac take letting Isaac take an extra player instead of me. That's where I choked.
Jalen Green.
That's where I choked.
I can't believe you don't like the Josh Giddey pick. I picked that one for you. I was going to pick
Yeah, hold
D'Angelo
on. Can we
Russell.
propose a trade?
No.
Yeah,
What's
go
the
ahead.
trade?
Propose a
What's the trade?
Giddy for Claxton.
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no.
I need
What?
two first.
Blocked. The hell?
I had to
Never
put something
fulfills
out
any
there.
deals with you again.
All right, the next video we're going to do, I'm sending you guys some pictures right now. We're going to stick with the topic of rating grown men. This time we're going to rate them based on if they were old. So these are photoshops of these players put in Face App to look old. And we're going to rate them from 1 to 10 based on how they look elderly.
I lost my mind the last time we did this. I'm so curious to see who's on here.
Rate these NBA players from 1 to 10 based on how they look old. First off, Anthony Davis.
Ew. Ew. This is
all you gotta
ET.
say?
This is ET. This is awful. I can't look at this.
This is
What?
Doc Rivers.
I don't think this is that bad. AD don't look that bad old.
What?
He's not
I don't think he
below.
looks good.
He's not below a 4.
He kind of looks like Groot.
Oh man.
Low key.
I mean, he might with all these injuries. Shit add up, bro. He's been punched in the
To
face.
his face?
Elbow. Yeah, but he's had
Oh,
injuries to
there's
his face too, so it adds up.
There's no way he's going to age this well. This is an 8. I think he looks
An
great.
8.
There's
Yeah,
no
he
way.
don't look
There's
bad.
no way he's going to look like
Terrible.
this. I mean, if
think
an
he
old
looks
person
like a
is wearing this
prune.
fit, he looks pretty fly. For how he look, he looks
but he-
hot. He looks more handsome here than he did in college. That much,
Wow,
but
that's pretty fucking easy to do.
No, he
giving him
looks
an
more.
8. He aging gracefully to me.
No.
Yeah.
No, he looks.
It depends how
he
old
looks
it is.
weird. He looks weird, especially in this fit. He looks like when Jerry Seinfeld did that kid collection. That's what he looks like. I can't
I think
stand
he
for this.
surpassed how he should have looked. Like he looks better than he should have.
I can't stand for this. His teeth got messed up in the thing too. He got little like dots. His teeth look like they're decaying. This is a 4. This is a 4.
I'll give him a 6. Lucas convinced me. He does. If this is 90-year-old AD, he looks great. If it's like 55, 60, I'm kind of worried for him.
Y'all sleep. This 80 looks just fine. If he looks like this by the time he's like 50,
gassing.
this is a blessing.
Y'all like gassing.
y'all really like AD right now.
Hell yeah.
Luka Doncic. This next
Dude,
one.
he just looks like Bill Simmons. What am I looking at
I
right
was
now?
going to say the exact same thing.
This is Bill
No,
Simmons.
he looks like he works at a casino. Like he's not that he looks like he frequents a casino and like people know him
Nah,
by
he's
name.
he's like a business scammer podcast influencer, like a Jordan Peterson type figure.
Him and Gary Vee are dapping each other up every weekend at conventions. I can
Oh
see
my
it.
god, bro.
Yeah, this is a 1. He looks like a scumbag,
He does. He has terrible vibes.
a white collar
bro.
criminal.
He looks like he exclusively flirts with 21-year-olds.
I was just about to say
Facts.
that. Literally, he has them. He literally has a bunch of them on a yacht right now, bro. I don't like this. I don't like these vibes. Freaky.
Sounds like we got to give him a 0 for being better.
Nah, we're wilding.
Yeah, I'll give Luka a 4 just because he looks like the most interesting man in the world, dude. He has something up his sleeve. I don't like it.
Oh god, bro. Yeah, he looks like a very untrustworthy man. Agreed. But he looks good though. This is damn near a 10.
Y'all really like old dudes. These are all so generous.
I mean, him and AD are like 20 years apart in these photos.
Yeah.
Next up, Paul George.
I mean, you did him so dirty with the cafeteria hairnet.
Why is he looking like this, man?
Bro, the nipple in the photo just threw me
What
off.
does the original
man.
picture
I
look
don't-
like?
I don't know, man.
You made him look homeless, and I'm giving him a 10 out of 10 in spite of that because I know Paul George will age gracefully.
Yeah, they did him real dirty because I know their hairline's still gonna be crisp, intact, and pristine, and that's what's carrying him right now. So
No,
I don't know.
He looks like he does karate on the side of the street. I don't know what this is.
I've seen that multiple times. What the fuck is that beard? Has he always had this beard?
No,
I
it
guess.
just got like that.
Have y'all ever watched Dora the Explorer?
yeah.
Of course.
He looks like the grumpy old troll living under the bridge.
Oh
That is
fuck,
facts.
the
That is big
troll.
facts. That is big facts.
This is a 5.
Yeah, I can vibe
He
with
looks like a
5.
silly, goofy guy.
10.
Yeah.
We're just handing out tens. What are we doing?
10.
We gotta
I'll
be,
give him
one's a 10.
we gotta be more selective.
All right, next up, Kawhi Leonard.
Okay, he looks like a White Walker. He looks wild.
No, him and Jon Snow have had some battles. Like,
He's literally on his last breath, like one of his last few breaths.
Yeah.
Like right after the shot bounces in a few times, you're gonna die right after it goes in.
Yeah, that Lowe's
I know
man
every
ain't
time
do
he-
shit for him, bro.
I know every time he claps, dust pops in the air.
He's jacked.
Yeah,
He
Kawhi
has
just
one
don't.
cough, he starts wheezing.
Oh yeah,
He looks
bro,
so
no.
confused. He looks old. He looks mad confused in this picture.
Like geriatric.
This might need to be another
he just doesn't
10
know
for the
what's going on.
realism.
He looks like he can't believe he made it this far. Honestly, just
Why does
in
his
awe.
neck look like that? He got that turkey
he
neck
definitely-
like crazy.
He definitely looks like he doesn't know where he's at.
I'm gonna go 7.5 because it looks like he's living to 103.
Bro, the way the
I
I
mouth,
respect that.
the way the mouth is just open, see no teeth. Oh man, I was gonna agree with you, Lucas, but because of the no denture action, this has
no
to be like
teeth is wild. How'd they get that detail in there?
No teeth is crazy. All right, next one. Steph Curry.
This don't even look real. He looks like
He looks like Michael Rappaport.
He looks like Steve Kerr.
bro. He has like
does
chicken
look
wing
like
skin
Steve
right
Kerr.
here. Why we have to do Wardell like this? What? I don't know what this is. He does look like Steve Kerr though. That is big facts.
Yeah.
No, he looks like the old person emoji.
Yeah, this is a
round
4. This is a
face.
4 out of 10 to me. He does look like either a sweet old man or a predator.
I think this. I'm gonna give this a 2 because I think this is the worst case outcome for Steph Curry. If he looks like this, everything went wrong.
I mean, his hairline is still there, so that's a huge dub for him. So, I think I give this a
your rating?
5. Not that
We'll
bad.
go 2.
Next up, Nikola Jokic.
Oh man.
He looks like the old lady fish off of SpongeBob, the one who's just like asking for chocolate. Yeah, like
I remember when they first invented chocolate.
yeah, spot on impression. By the way, why was that so good?
Yeah, I thought someone brought up a YouTube clip.
Yeah, that man's fresh off that episode.
Fuck
Damn.
was that?
Oh, man.
She said, "I hated it."
I feel like he doesn't even look that different.
Yeah, I feel like
this
this
is-
kind of looks
this
like
is just
Jokic right
Jokic.
now. Exactly. This is just Jokic 10 years from now.
This is Jokic after 2 more kids.
2 more
Stress about it.
games. Looks like it looks like he has smoked 3 packs of cigarettes a day for the last 30 years.
Facts.
Bro, this is international Larry Bird.
Oh, I fuck with Teodosic.
Wow.
You fuck with Teodosic?
Yeah, he's nasty.
Them passes were crazy, bro. What?
Oh, this guy. Just looks like the type of dude that's like repairing my apartment building outside. Just like a dad.
He looks happy as
Super.
hell. If so, it looks like he loves his job. Shout
I mean,
out to
he
your
looks. I
carpenter.
know.
Oh, definitely.
I know
Shout out
he's
to your-
mixed, but he looks racist.
I don't see a racist bone in Nikola Jokic's body. Don't do that now.
No, oh, sorry. I thought we moved on to Blake Griffin. My fault.
All right, next up, Blake Griffin. No, he definitely does look racist.
Hold on. Oh yeah, it looked like Mike Kanye ain't welcome over there. Blake looked like he switched up for sure.
He looks like a King of the Hill character.
Yes, he looks like Dale. What the fuck? No,
Yeah,
for
this
sure.
is
he
really
does.
rough for Blake too. This is a 3. So tragic.
I might have to give it a 1.
He just looks sad.
left. Yeah, he does look like he hates his life.
He's still
Bro.
thinking about Kendall.
46 years later. Nah, he looks like a vegetable like left outside for too long. I don't like it.
Yeah,
It's a smooth one.
That's tough.
yeah. Blake was,
Look at his eyes.
bro.
Those are sad eyes.
This is an insane fall off.
Have his eyes always been this close together? Have they always been like this? I just
Very close
noticed that.
together.
That's kind of crazy. I don't know. I just feel like they're really close to his nose. I didn't think that they were like pointing inwards.
Oh
Like,
my god.
This seems realistic, though. I could easily see this being a top 75 player from that walkout at the All-Star game a few years ago.
Yeah, I can definitely see
Like
this guy sitting front
walking-
row at a Hall of Fame coronation.
With a massive limp.
Whoa. Next up, Kevin Durant.
He looks
that's
so
Kevin
normal.
Durant.
Yeah,
That's
They look
Kevin
like
Durant
him.
now. Like
Still smoking that ganja clear
this
as
is a 10
day.
for accuracy. This is
Exactly.
exactly what I expected.
I just imagine smoking that gas and still on Twitter, bro, going crazy still. This
Yeah,
looks like
he looks like he has mad wisdom, but would rather just roast the shit out of you.
He keeps it to himself. He gatekeeps the wisdom.
Yeah, bro. KD looks so good.
yeah,
He
this
looked
is,
mad
this is
cool.
definitely. I'm giving this a 10. I can actually see
Yeah.
this in real life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for
if he
sure.
looks like this, it'll be a good outcome. This is the most likely one we've seen.
I mean, he has way too much hair here.
That's a good point.
That is very
That's
true.
true. That's true. 9.
I respect
So do we
him
have
for
to
not
give-
going to Turkey, though.
So the hair is a pretty striking inaccuracy. Do we have to lower the rating?
A little bit. A little bit.
Yeah. Cause it,
No,
it
because
do
he's
be
going to look
patchy.
the same bald.
True.
True, but that fiction is there. So I just like it's just not true. It's not accurate.
Next up, Russell Westbrook.
This is by far the worst one I've seen. Holy shit.
This is a camp counselor.
What? Why is he missing a tooth like that? When you get older, your teeth just like start moving. Like, do you need braces as you age?
Oh, it's possible. Your teeth move when you don't wear your retainer at night.
No, this is definitely giving lunch lady vibes.
I was about to say he looks like he makes the meanest mashed potato ever, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That arm, bro.
Now that you see it, I can't unsee that granny. He looks mad sweet.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
he looks super nice.
He makes really good
like
cookies.
The greatest
They're
granny in the world.
He knits. Definitely a good granny.
He is a knitter.
I feel like I could just imagine him handing me like a piece of caramel wrapped up in a little wrapper. Like, don't tell your mom type shit.
It's a weird fantasy.
I have no idea where it came from.
Bro, these hypotheticals are insane you're delivering, Isaac. That sounds like you're getting groomed. I remember him like giving me a candy.
You never had a grandma that gave you candy and said don't tell your mom?
No, I know. I feel like my take on that is worse on my outlook on life.
Back to the old trauma.
Yeah.
You have deep-rooted trauma you're just letting out.
Oh, man.
I do fuck with Werther's Originals.
Oh my god. It's a throwback.
Russ is an 8.
Next thing we're going to do is we're going to do a tier list like we always do. This time, Mo, I think you have some signature celebrations to show us.
Let's put these NBA celebrations into a tier list.
Okay.
All right. So first up, we got Sam Cassell's big ass balls.
S, easily. Sam's balls are easily an S. Are you kidding me?
Bruh. This is classic. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is easily one of the most disrespectful celebrations anyone can do, and this has to be a S. It's all about disrespect to me.
And it has the name to match too. Like, not only is it Sam's balls, but they're called Sam's big ass balls. Like, it just fits so perfectly. Branding is everything.
That's definitely an S because the NBA, I don't know, they didn't ban it, but you get fined for doing that in the NBA today.
Oh, for sure.
So
They definitely don't like that.
An S.
LeBron did it. Kobe did it. It's a celebration that has spanned generations. Everybody wants to show off their big ass balls. It's S tier.
I don't think it's that disrespectful either. It's more about your own inner confidence. It's not even about the opponent.
Oh yeah, you're
Adam Silver.
You're showing off your big ass balls.
It's
to
the same shit as ice in my
others.
veins, just a different way of expressing it.
Adam Silver and David Stern. Hey, they some insecure boys with some little malls probably. All right.
What's the next one?
Next, we got Lance Stevenson's air guitar. This has to be probably one of the most middest. Simply because of the caliber player he is, in my mind.
I kind of fuck with this. He's so goofy and like so doesn't need to be doing this. That makes me like it more. I'm gonna give it a good A.
A?
Nah,
Yeah, because the audacity. I love the audacity.
What do you mean?
This is the most
It's an
average
air
play.
guitar. There's no
He does the
audacity.
most average play. He's doing an air guitar from Lance Stevenson. It's hilarious.
Nah.
He does not need to be doing this.
This is okay. It's okay.
It's
It's solid. It's
It's
a
a
B.
B
on a good day. It's a B on a good day.
It's a B, but he has so many B celebrations that overall he's an A or an S type of player to me. Lancey, he's a
Yeah, I'm
fucking
giving him-
clown, bro. He's such a
That's why I'm
clown.
giving him A. He's getting the bump to A for name recognition alone.
Ugh, it is what it is, bro. This is
Think
a
about it this way,
name.
if Austin Rivers did this, I wouldn't
F.
give a fuck. But because it's F.
Austin Reeves with the banjo variation.
Next up, we got D-Lo's the classic Ice in My Veins. This has to be a S, bro. The aura was immaculate. Top 10 aura in the NBA history. I'm telling no lies.
I feel like for influence alone, it has to be A or S. Like a whole generation of kids, this is their celebration. It's all they fucking do.
Also across
This-
sports.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
This right here is the best thing D'Angelo Russell has ever produced in his entire NBA career.
Oh, easily.
For sure. All right, we'll go S. Solid logic on all that.
I think I have to go A. I do kind of love it,
He's
but
just
part of
hating
it is also, I mean, D'Lo. Like, what moments was he hitting these shots in?
Oh, bro, it was December 15th. The
Yeah,
Lakers
exactly.
were 2-24.
It's like hilarious. Like, it's slightly corny, but that's not a bad thing either.
Hey, we went from
Yeah,
Lance Stevenson to D'Lo. Like, how far away are they from each other?
You have to celebrate when you can.
Yeah, facts.
True.
You know?
All right.
It's about moral victories.
Next, we got Russell Westbrook's "Rockin' the Baby."
Another strong one. Only he does it. So is that a good thing or a bad thing? Lack of influence.
I I've been seeing a lot of people do it actually, but I
Yeah.
feel like I've been seeing a lot of
Oh,
people
you're
do
right.
it
Pat
who don't
Bev,
deserve to do
Pat
it.
Bev does it too.
Yeah, exactly.
That
Everyone
might
too.
lower it then. If Pat Bev is
No,
the only
no,
other
no.
person, if Pat Bev is the only other person who does this, you might have to drop it a tier. I don't know. But listen, but J. Cole did write a bar about this, so it might get bumped back up. I don't know. So
Are we going A?
Hey,
This a
We'll
A
go
or
A.
a B. It's too literal.
Oh, it is very on the
is.
nose. I can see that.
but it's
Even though
hard.
ice in his veins is exactly this like literal too.
And big ass balls isn't.
I don't know. This might have to be
I'm cool with
S
A.
for me. This might have to be S for me because once he did this, like you're literally either on the ground or you're stumbling trying to catch your ass from falling on the ground, bro. So it's embarrassing. It has to be an S for me, but A is fair. All right.
It's definitely high in the disrespectful rankings. Like ice in my veins is just like you're doing it to the crowd. You're gloating.
Facts.
This is like no, I fucking destroyed you. Like it's
Yeah.
very intentional.
Yeah.
I feel like
Cool
he
A.
always got his ass busted right after he did this.
Probably. He wasn't getting back on defense after this. I'll tell you that.
All right. Next, we got Carmelo Anthony's 3 to the dome.
come on now. I don't want to hear
S.
any arguments from anybody. This is S tier. This is S tier. Next one, move on.
Solid D.
Isaac, I will fight you.
I'm just kidding.
You
I'm
got
kidding.
pitchforks of New Yorkers outside your door right now.
I just wanted to piss off the two New Yorkers. In
It's
the
also so simple. Anyone can do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, exactly. This is generational, bro. We've seen this from generation to generation, and this will be still going on where we're like 80, 90, 100 years old, bro. One of the greatest
I don't know
celebrations
about
ever. It will, bro. Melo does it
Read
right
it
now.
ahead.
LaMelo does it right now. All right.
room.
Next up, we got Damian Lillard's Dame Time.
Very specific to one guy. I don't know if that hurts or helps.
Yeah, that is true. But when he does it, like your team is 6 feet deep in the ground. You're done.
I don't know.
There's
It's
no
pretty
coming
damn
back from
cold
this.
when he does it.
Yeah.
It really is.
He only pulls it out
know
when
what?
it's over.
The straight face really helps. So I can see an A.
It's not that influential
wanna
though because
give it
not a
an A,
lot of
though.
people do it though. Like you'll never see this in an open gym. I'll see Russell Westbrook's thing. I'll see like almost every other
you'll
celebration
see
but
this.
this.
You'll see this.
What?
You'll see this in the open.
Where do you hoop at?
Here,
Where?
don't worry about that. Runs are too advanced for you. It's okay.
Wait, no way. The
okay.
Dame time?
No one. That's so
At the-
nasty,
at the-
bro.
At
On
the
game
park?
winners?
At the park?
Yeah, that's so
Like,
lame.
game winners?
If I see
If
you
you
do
pull
that,
out Dame Time at 24-hour fitness, you're a menace. You're like the guy that wears the Jordan shirt, the Jordan shorts, the arm sleeves.
These people be on TikTok
Bruh.
filming their pickup games. It's wild out here in the
True,
pickup.
true.
In the pickup games.
hell no.
People do
I like
anything.
it, but not enough energy for me. And like Melo's like smashing his fingers against his head.
I like that. I love the stoicism. He's so serious.
Yeah, A or S.
We'll go A.
I'm cool with A.
A is fire. What do they call this next LeBron one? I fucking forget.
The
silent-
finisher, the silencer.
The silencer. There we
Silencer
go.
finisher.
That's what it's
Oh,
called.
okay.
Yeah, it's called the silencer. I watched highlights of it the other day. All right. What about the silencer? This is kind of hard.
B. It's cool. I don't think it's as good as the ones above it.
He doesn't do it as often anymore. It's super rare. Used to be signature for him.
In its prime, I'm putting this as an A because in its prime, this was like one of the best celebrations out. And this
He felt
also
like the king of the court
this
when he did
also
this.
covers different sports. People across sports do this one.
Football heavy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
You're right. This is one of the first ones I think
Ooh.
of when I was a kid and like ironically replicating celebrations. It was always this one.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. We
It's
go
just
ahead.
it's just a weird choreography of moves.
Yeah, it is.
The first time he did it, it was so obviously forced that he'd done it in the mirror a million times. It's like half S. It's half S, half F. Like LeBron is hilarious. It's hard to take him seriously
It's not C,
on
though.
shit like
It's not C,
this.
though.
Sounds like a B to me.
Yeah, CB, CB.
I'm giving it an
B
A.
it is.
Like, what is he doing? Like marching?
There's a strange rhythm to it.
Yeah. I mean, it is pretty fucking
I think
terrifying.
just because
But
he's big and brolic, bro.
Yeah, if he wasn't giant, it wouldn't
Yeah.
be intimidating.
But even then, I saw
was like-
Trey Young do it in his like first or second year in the NBA, and it just felt so off because he wasn't big and broad. And it's like, bro, what are you doing
Yeah,
pounding your
yeah.
chest? You're gonna give yourself a heart attack. Relax, you know. So I don't know.
he's way too little for that one.
Yeah,
He's giving himself bruises.
this might be a B. This might be a B. All right.
B it is.
Haters.
What about Curry's Night Night? This is ass.
It's not trash. It's not trash. It's a high C, low B. Wherever you want to put it there is cool.
Is there F in this?
Yeah.
There's F.
What?
This is like the dad joke. This is the dad joke of celebrations. The sleep.
Yeah.
Look at his face. This shit is
not influential.
He's too good for
no
something
aura,
like this. He way too good for
not
something like this.
disrespectful. This
Because
does
of the fact
nothing.
we've seen him do raw shit, like pointing at his finger when he's going to win the championship. We've seen the highs of Curry. This isn't very impressive.
Bro, the no look is more impressive than this. God,
Yeah,
like,
100%,
this is not
100%.
really- This doesn't move me. It's ass. It doesn't
We
move
just
me at all,
we
bro.
just praised everybody for all the simple stuff, for all just like, oh, it's just that. Like it's one move and you're done. Like, come on now. We're being hypocritical here.
We're going D.
I want
Okay.
to say
I'm off.
C
I'm off
if I'm
this.
being nice.
D,
I'm off.
F to D, F to D,
D it is.
What?
F to D. This shit,
Perfect.
it ain't nothing, man. Think about how much like Ocho Cinco, and then look at this. What the fuck is this?
I mean, Ocho Cinco is like all time celebrity. He's S. I'm not saying it's S tier, but like C, we can't give it average.
D,
No.
D. D's not
I
failing. D's not failing.
That's
All
tough.
right. Next up, we got James Harden. Next up, we have James Harden cooking. This is
Another
peak,
very influential one.
peak,
This definitely took over. This is a big place in culture going forward.
bro. Back in the day, if you wore these
D.
the cargos and your LeBrons on, and you shot this across the class, a paper ball across the class into the trash can, you're him. So this has to be, and I'm doing the cooking thing too. This is you said D, Donovan? I didn't even hear you till now. What?
I'm just hating at this point.
Oh my god!
I'm just
Took
trying
you a
to
second to compute that.
Yeah.
You said D?
We're going S or A.
S. He don't do it
I might
anymore,
go
but
A.
S.
I might
I
go
can't
A.
go S. I can't go S. I'll go A.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm cool with A. A's cool.
Well, when he was hitting this, he was like dribbling between the legs for 23.9 seconds before hitting a double step back. So it was like despicable to watch, but
And
when
it
he
went in
caught fire,
49.7%
it
of
was
the time.
ridiculous.
When he hit that hoe, he hit that
Yeah.
hoe, and the cameras are all on him. This is quality.
Yeah, A.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Let's do it. A.
All right, that's the end of that tier list. Next video, we're going to do another draft, but this time we're going to draft a player by going by their skills. So instead of like 1 through 5 positions, we're going to draft body, finishing, defense, passing, and shooting. And we're going to do teams. This time it's going to be Brody and Mo on a team against me and Donovan. And
Great.
the twist is we're drafting the most mediocre player possible.
Ooh, this should be good. So not
Straight
bad, but
mid,
mediocre.
Yep. Don't be trash. Don't be good.
Okay.
Straight mid. Let's draft the most average NBA player possible. Donovan, you get first pick. We'll go first this time.
Who's average? I have no idea.
There's a lot of average guys out there.
I know. I'm just trying to figure it.
Pick Bam.
You're hating on that one. You're hating on that one.
This man loves Bam.
I'm so blinking right now.
I'll go first.
Thank
I'll go
you.
first.
I'm blinking.
For body, let's get Bojan Bogdanovic.
Oh, that's a great one.
Damn, that's great.
Oh,
Mad regular.
I got a better
Regular.
one. I got a better one, Mo.
Pasty white boy. That's
Go
good.
ahead.
But he just inspired me to take for
Do it.
body.
I
Has
love
to
it.
be the worst body in the NBA. Georges Niang.
Oh shit! That is amazing. You just
And my
went
girl
up
was
to him.
watching him at the Barclays Center and she was cracking up, like legitimately cracking up.
No, he's definitely built like Mo.
Go.
Hell no.
Redemption pick.
Hell
Donovan,
no.
your turn.
All right, bro. Why can I not think of anybody average?
Oh my god.
This is so terrible. I guess, bro. What is happening right now,
Do I need to pick again?
bro? Take this pick off of me. I am blanking.
God
For
damn.
shooting?
the lights are too bright. I can't think of anybody.
Okay. For shooting, give us Josh Richardson.
Ooh, that's wild and consistent. I like that. I like that. All right.
Quintessential 35% shooter.
All right, cool. For passing, this is kind of funny. Give me Jaylen Brown. Give me Jaylen Brown. He cannot do that.
That's
shit.
worse than average passing. But I'll let you have it.
Nah, at least he didn't take it. Dribbling. I like passing. That's perfect. Like nothing spectacular.
Yeah. Just yeah.
All right, here we go. For defense, give me Bradley Beal for defense.
Damn.
He's not guarding nobody, not getting burnt, but he's just there.
That is solid. Wait, what are the skill sets left?
So now we have defense, shooting, and finishing left.
Finishing, okay.
Like rim.
Yeah.
This might be too deep cut. I'm going to go Raymond Felton for finishing.
Damn. Raymond Felton.
He's like
man.
just solid, but no one. I would never say he's above average finishing around the rim. Perfect is like exactly like 15th best point guard. Probably worse, but
I love it. Dude, that's deep as fuck.
All right, for passing, give us Kyle Kuzma.
Okay.
I like that.
All about
I
a
like
bucket.
I mean,
Okay.
I've
Never
seen
said
him
anybody
pass,
ever day in his
so-
life.
Okay, that's cool. All right, so next we have all we have left is defense and shooting. So for defense, go ahead and give me Josh Giddey.
Okay.
Man.
I feel like he's a decent defender, but I guess that's a point. He's average.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's just something you don't think about, bro. When you think about Josh Giddey, you think about the hair, the passing, and the hair.
Come back to it.
All right, what we got? We have finishing left.
Yeah, we got finishing. Close
All
this
right.
out.
Where I think of the most average, just straight vanilla people in the NBA. Give me Al Horford's finishing.
No.
Ooh.
Bro,
I don't
why you
know.
do that?
Hold up.
Just
But
mad
big men go,
layups.
big men finish well at the rim.
Not this one.
Listen,
I'll be
his dunks
finishes all right.
aren't crazy either. He's just gonna.
Raymond Felton closer to average than Al Horford. I can guarantee you that. Wait, what do we have left? Shooting?
Now all we got
Yep.
left is shooting.
All right, so it should be someone that takes shots, like a 3-point specialist that's not really a 3-point specialist, like Josh
Facts.
Richardson.
Exactly.
I would love to make your pick for you. I know.
Oh, you finally got
It
Should
finally
we
came
take
back.
it?
It finally came back.
Listen,
You know, we can't go double Niang, but that was a consideration.
Dalton Niang is crazy.
Oh, hold up. What about
You can pick Niang in every category.
Marcus Smart shooting?
Oh, he'll get those motherfuckers up. When they
I feel like
win.
he's
I respect
hot.
that.
He can get really hot, but he's also gets really cold.
That's
so it should
actually
be
a
exactly
fantastic
average.
yeah.
That's a very average pick.
I can
can't
never
expect
tell if he's
shit from
amazing
him.
or bad at offense. I really can never tell.
It's like he's
I
playing
think
mind games
He's
with you.
amazing.
Yeah, exactly. He plays mind games with you, bro. He pulls it like he's amazing. He has that confidence, but most of the time it really don't go in like that. But shout out to him. He's mid at shooting for sure. It's great.
Shout out to he takes.
Shout out to him for being average.
Yeah. Shout out to him for
All right,
making
so
our
who do we
list, bro.
got? We got Josh Richardson for shooting, Kyle Kuzma for passing, Al Horford for finishing. Who's our defender?
Bradley Beal.
Bradley Beal for defense, and Bojan Bogdanovic for body.
Nice.
That's
All
a
right,
solid.
so
That's a
Solid
solid
team.
9.2 points
We got-
per game. That's a good role player.
that's hard. We got George Niang for body. That was a killer pick. We got Josh Giddey for defense. Raymond Felton for finishing. Shooting. Marcus Smart. And passing Jaylen Brown, bro. Straight duds everywhere.
That's the dream
Straight
team.
duds.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right, we got one more video.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a classic. Which NBA player would you rather let date your daughter?
Oh, let's
done
go.
this a few times.
Let's go. Mo was tripping last time.
No, I was not. You're a terrible father, bro.
All right. Which NBA player would you rather let date your daughter? Draymond Green or Karl Anthony Towns?
It has to be Draymond. She cannot. I would disown her if she dates Carl.
What?
We are not doing that. We are not doing that.
Could you imagine Draymond Green at a family reunion?
Bro, he gonna be calling you a bitch. He gonna put hands on you potentially, bro. Like, what are you talking about right now? Cat
do
is a nice
You guys
guy.
can't-
If he
what's
sees
wrong
you,
with
he's gonna
Cat?
go ahead and like up his voice and make it deeper a little bit. You know?
Yeah.
Cat is nice. They call him Big Purr. I trust him around my daughter.
No, that's 7-foot Drake. That's exactly who I want my daughter dating.
Exactly.
Someone who's in
Exactly.
touch
Your
with his
daughter dating
emotions.
Nah,
Draymond Green, bro. I mean, I do like him, but he's pretty damn annoying.
And Cat's not.
Nah, not in the same way. Not in the same way.
He's gonna.
Definitely in different ways, that's for sure.
Cat is changing his voice on my daughter. I can't do it. I can't do it.
She'll never know the real him. Meta World Peace or Dennis Rodman?
Oh man.
She gonna stay single.
Yeah, this is bad.
This is easy though. Meta World Peace is a changed man. Dennis Rodman is legitimately best friends with Kim Jong Un. I don't even know. They don't communicate, but that's easy. He's a wild card. You didn't see him crying on CNN?
Crying? Oh my god, are you
Crying
serious?
on CNN like he was so upset about relations between America and North Korea.
Oh,
Yeah, I feel like Meta World Peace will distill good values into my daughter. Be
yeah, I
a
don't.
positive
Whoa.
influence on her life.
Man,
Listen, when is she getting with him? Is she getting with him like with Ron Artest or with Meta World Peace? Because if she gets the whole spectrum, I don't really know.
She's with him for life. She cuffs him at Ron Artest.
I was assuming it was now.
Okay, cool. Listen, because if she met Ron Artest in like the 5th grade and had to grow up with him, I couldn't do that. she would have to be by herself.
see, one of the only positives I think about is Dennis Rodman. The swag is OD. So if I know that my daughter's gonna be out with that man, like they're gonna be getting all types of looks for the good reasons, bro.
Bro, you
But I have
can't
to say
factor in
Meta World
swag into your daughter's love life.
It's
That's what I
important,
told you.
bro.
Mo's
My
a
daughter's not
terrible
gonna be with
father.
no square.
He's a
Are
terrible
you kidding
father.
me? If you walk into
doesn't
my
need to
house
be a
and I see
square,
your
but,
fit,
like,
I'm dressing you. I'm. Hold on.
Drip over love? Is that what you're doing?
No, not drip over love. It's not about that. You got to be adequate. That's it. That's all I'm asking about.
Okay. Jimmy Butler or Ben Simmons?
This is so easy. So easy again.
It's Jimmy hands down.
If he's good enough to date Shakira, he can date my daughter.
Oh, that's hard. That's tough.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue
Ben
with that.
Simmons? Are you kidding
Yeah.
me? Like, has shown no follow through or desire to improve in any
He
situation
has
in
yips,
life.
bro.
I would assume it
I can
applies
imagine
to
him. Yeah.
dating.
To relationship.
Yeah.
He's not putting in the work. He's not putting in the self work. All right.
Yeah. I
Can't
can
trust
imagine him bailing on my daughter, bro, for a couple of dates. It'll just be nothing but a disappointment, a letdown, bro. I'm going to have to go JB. He always follows through.
Dang.
I feel like Jimmy Butler would make her run suicides, though. I feel like he'd be very strict. I feel like he's going to be running that bitch like a boot camp.
Geek culture.
He's an almond boyfriend.
Yeah, his household's crazy. He's a drill sergeant.
That's an
Will
easy
she
one.
be
Look at
a
the
better
personalities,
player,
bro.
Yeah.
I feel like Jimmy Butler would yell at my daughter if she used coffee creamer.
I mean, that is pretty gross.
You're anti-coffee creamer?
Like the Nestle one? No, not all the time, but it's a little overpowering to me.
Don't use a lot. Use less. Shaquille O'Neal or Charles Barkley?
Chuck. I think Shaq is secretly a dog. Not
Shaq has said.
no
Shaq has
secret.
said in the public that he's messed it up multiple times.
That's true.
We got to go with Chuck. We got to go. With
Yeah,
Chuck.
I'm just trying to.
But how
I'm
do you
trying
know
to kick it
Charles
with
hasn't
Chuck.
messed it up multiple times? Shaq is just
Counterpoint.
proud of
I'm just going. I'm just going based off what I've seen and what I've been told.
Counterpoint. Have you heard Charles Barkley talk about San Antonio woman?
I have.
Your daughter has a fine line that she cannot go over.
That's fine.
Listen, as long as they don't, as long, dang it, I can't talk. As long as they don't move to San Antonio, like I think she'll be fine.
As long as she doesn't get churros.
You got to put her on strict macros if she's going to be with Charles. That's the only thing, bro.
Also, Shaq has
the
a
T.
million business endeavors, and he's like touring in Europe, playing music festivals, and Lord knows what. Charles Barkley going to be at home more often than not, at least in Shaq.
That's true. Yeah. If my daughter is with Shaq, I know she's set for life. Unlimited endorsements tied to her name too. Definitely Shaq.
Patrick Beverly or Dylan Brooks?
Ooh, that's the
Man.
first one yet.
I might say Patrick
Wow.
Beverly.
I actually have to think about this.
I have to.
Bro, I don't have to think about this at all.
Pat
Give her
Bev,
Patrick
bro.
Beverly. Keep Dylan Brooks the fuck away from my family.
yeah, bro,
members.
because Patrick Beverly is likable at least if you see through him as a person. What is like
Yeah, on the court, Patrick Beverly is a maniac.
Also-
Every time I hear him talk, I'm like, cool dude.
You see how good of a
Dylan Brooks?
teammate he is, though. Everyone loves playing with him,
Exactly.
so that has to translate well. That has to.
Okay.
Nobody loves playing with Dylan Brooks. His team said we're not re-signing you under any circumstances. A month before free agency started, he
He's
is a
so
red flag.
rich. He's so rich, though.
True. But also, he straightens his hair. Have you seen his hair straightened?
I have. Why are you fighting him for that?
You want to talk about a lack of aura? I don't want him in my household.
He's negative aura, bro. Yeah, his jump shot looks funny. His swag is meh. The hair straightening, it don't sit right for him. Yeah, I think I have
Is
to. Go
Isaac
Pat Bev.
against natural hair?
It's not even natural. Imagine he comes to Thanksgiving with that on. Sits across from your table in your household. How are you
All
going
right,
to react?
all right. You swayed me. You sway me. It's Pat Bev. It's Pat Bev.
Yeah, I know, bro.
LeBron James or Kevin Durant? Think long and hard.
I mean, LeBron
KD
James, that's the ultimate
freak, bro.
family man. He's already
Yeah.
shown to be an incredible
I
father.
mean, if we're talking
We've never
about,
seen no girls around
No,
KD's
the world has signed an
you
NDA
know,
on that.
Listen,
Look.
listen.
No.
accusations.
That's what I'm
Is
saying.
what I'm hearing.
Yeah, but that's a contract between them. Who knows what type of arrangement they'd have?
Yeah.
No love for Kevin Durant. You don't want your daughter
There's
with
no-
somebody
no,
purely
there's
dedicated
no-
to their craft.
Yeah,
No.
Twitter.
I've never seen any bad bitches next to KD's corner, bro. All I see is his mama, and that's it. And that shout out to him, but bro, like you have to say LeBron.
I'm sure they exist for Kevin Durant.
He hides them. That's the issue. Just like his burners. No. What are you trying to hide?
Well, that's a good point. Kevin Durant has never shown off a relationship. He will not post your daughter on socials. No chance.
Exactly. So
She's a secret girlfriend.
yeah.
Luka Doncic or Devin Booker?
Maybe Luka. I think I'd have to say Luka. Seems
Say
so
Luka.
likable.
Keep it in the
I'll go-
family.
Luka gives me like white boy rage
That's
vibes.
good.
Why rage? How?
Luka scares me a little bit. He's a little too quick tempered on the court.
He is, but Devin Booker has dated a Jenner. And so he's over there. He's over there.
He's in another spectrum,
they're too
bro.
messy. They're too messy.
Different world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
I
also
have to
just
go Luka.
explicitly tweeted his support for Jonah Hill.
Oh,
After
that's a
those
good
wild
point.
text messages came out. So this is a no-brainer.
You're right. Very red flag. It's Luka Doncic.
Yeah,
I can't even think
why?
twice after you
Why
said
even
that.
do that? Like,
I'm out of the loop. I probably shouldn't look that up, but I will.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That was crazy. Okay. Alex Caruso or Austin Reeves?
Ooh. Alex
Austin
Caruso got
Reeves
a
has
shiny,
hair right
man.
now. So
Yeah.
I'll go Austin Reeves.
Does it have better genetics?
Yeah.
yeah, it's so bad. This is strictly based on physicality. You don't want your, what is it? Your mom's dad? Yeah, you don't want that in your lineage.
You don't want that in
Simple
the
as that. They're
So are
equally
we
as
thinking
rich.
this-
They're equally as country.
So what I'm hearing is you're choosing this one based off who will breed you the best grandkids.
But yeah, I mean, they're both
I mean,
nasty,
listen, it sounds
so
weird like
I'm
that,
good.
but like, this man was bald before he graduated.
Damn.
That is crazy.
That's the
taking
thing. It's like a push. It's such a push that you're just going to take the hair.
I feel like Caruso might have better morals though, man. When your hair goes at such a young age, you go through a lot, bro. Trust me.
Reeves is from Newark,
He is? I didn't know
Arkansas. Newark, Arkansas.
that. Oh,
I
okay.
for sure thought you meant Jersey.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Nobody knows.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a place. Damn.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, nah.
Okay,
Give me
last
Caruso.
one. Larry Bird or JJ Redick?
JJ Redick. JJ, for sure.
JJ.
Larry Bird's kind of a maniac. I
He's
don't know.
insane, bro. He'll be trash talking me, my daughter, and the entire family off of the most nonsense stuff.
Now he'll make doing the dishes competitive.
Facts, exactly. Yeah, no, not Larry.
Larry
Bird.
too ruthless. But JJ's about to be the next. I don't know about the next Skip Bayless, but he's about to be deep into the ESPN zone.
Hey, you
That's
seen how
a
Skip
lot-
Bayless
that's
talks with his wife? That
from
man
family.
loves her.
Oh, Ernestine?
Skip Bayless loves Ernestine. If that's where he's going, I'm
Not
cool
as
with
much
it.
as he
Hell
loves Lil
no,
Wayne.
bro. This man literally told Ernestine that she will always be number 2 ahead of LeBron. Or yeah, behind LeBron, bro. This is disgusting. Definitely give me JJ Redick. He's always showcasing his kids and talking about his son Knox. Wholesome man.
Skip Bayless is a crazy motherfucker.
Yeah, bro. He was up at 4 a.m. one night and he posted about LeBron
Every
in the
night.
caption.
That was a crazy
It's
one.
ridiculous.
That was
It was
crazy.
ridiculous. It was 4 a.m. He took a picture of his alarm, bro, next to him. It was
Like, y'all
disgusting.
could just be on different schedules.
Yeah.
It's like,
All right, man. That's the last video we got. I think we're done here.
Lucas, we
Think that's
appreciate you.
yeah, of course.
Appreciate you coming on, Lucas.
Yeah, this is fun. Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, don't expect to have it happen again, but it was good while it lasted.
Damn. Yeah, y'all need D Mills on next. That should be money.
Uh,
Yeah, if y'all still
Generational.
hear comments, what should they comment? Lucas, tell people what to comment.
Wait, what is this?
We're telling the people what to comment if they're still watching.
Oh, if they're still watching. Ooh. What'd you say about Mo? what was that phrase? Marshmallow hunter.
Don't say that.
Oh my God! No! This cannot come out to the public.
Say Mo was a marshmallow hunter. Or yeah.
Yeah, let's leave that in. All right,
so
bye.